flashbang.
Yeah, so favorite characters so far, Fifi and Fitz. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Fifi too.
Hello?
Hello?
I'm
Hamster.
back. Hamster.
Hamster.
Alright, it should be back.
Wahoo.
So you said we don't know the combination of that yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah, we only seen one side of it.
Ungo, why her forehead's so big.
Lanterns? Whatever they are, I like them. It's like a little
I
parade of
also like
floating
them.
spirits.
Did you play this song
Same.
too, by the way, last session?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Good song.
whatever
Her
it is,
theme,
it's
Poppy's
playing a
theme
little
goes hard too.
While it is
This
music
shit
room,
slap.
he's got to practice.
Oh, this ain't her theme. You haven't even heard her theme yet.
Glass.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a bit of broken glass on the floor.
Sheet music.
Why is there
It's
glass in there?
That's a lot of notes. Looks pretty difficult.
Probably why they're on the floor. Who plays the violin, I wonder?
It's pretty dusty, so I'm guessing nobody.
Damn.
There's
Man.
a faded mural on the wall.
When I was a kid, I never knew the difference between a mural and a mosaic.
You still don't know, do you?
No.
Damn.
Stop it, bro. I can relate to that.
There's a faded
No.
One
No.
old wooden bookcase.
Yep.
25
The literal
Why do you
dry
have-
old books.
Mm-hmm.
4 lit candles.
Yeah.
Am I the only one seeing the problem?
Like,
All right,
dangerously
you
close to
got
them
your
books, girl.
wish.
Spooky murder
Yeah.
mansion?
Spooky murder
Also,
mansion.
like, the difference is just that murals are carved, usually
That's
are
just
painted,
daylight, right?
and mosaics are little
What else would
pieces
it be?
put together.
I mean, yeah, I know now, but I mean, like, when I was a
It's
kid, I
one of those
never
big
fucking knew
pianos
the
with open
difference.
lids.
That's
Haunted.
totally fair.
Why not?
Might be haunted.
For real?
Oh, Jesus, she actually
Ghost.
scared me.
Holy shit.
That's rude. Unless she is a ghost.
It may come as a disappointment, but I am alive.
Damn.
Ah,
Damn.
Makes
Man.
you a suspect, I'm
Goth
afraid.
girls.
I know.
New
What's your
favorite
name?
character.
My name is
Unlocked.
Poppy. I'm a pointer. And a pianist.
we'll need to ask you a few questions about Freya.
I know.
Puppy pointer pianist.
Hey, you're pretty good.
All in the wrist. And 13 years of dedicated practice.
For real?
True.
I'm just me. There's nothing to know.
How are you related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer. The professor spends most of his time
The
hidden away in his
professor.
tower. Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Do you get on with the fellows?
2 of them. Fifi and Freya are my closest friends. We all turned 19 last year.
Do people ever leave Tango Tower? I don't mean to be rude. It's just, if you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away. Definitely. Fifi, Freya, and I
Yeah.
would often talk about it, argue about it. Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi... Things are more complicated for her.
What about now?
After what happened, I really don't want to stay here much longer.
I mean, damn, me neither. God.
3.5
Yeah,
hours
that's
of piano
real.
practice. Soon as I wake up. Same as always.
3.5. Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure.
And you do this in the music room?
How do you not have
No,
freaking
I
wrist
prefer to
problems?
practice in my room. When I make mistakes, I like to make them in private.
What did you do after that?
I was supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I finally got down there, she'd already gone. I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way. So I went back upstairs and out into the moonlight garden.
The what?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Was it just you up there?
No. Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that.
Hey, yo.
Ayo.
Whoa.
Ayo.
In the moonlight
They
garden.
were
Making out?
out.
Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying to decide how to describe it, but I'm struggling.
I like
It
the
was
coffee
like
stand up here.
something
Yeah.
drilling into a piece of metal, but different. Worse. I was pretty sure it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there to check. Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. I knew
It's
Freya
walked
and
into it.
Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door. I went inside. Freya was
Okay,
lying
so
on
that
the floor.
is accurate so far.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi. Her door was still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually, she let me in. The lights were off, but I could see she'd already been crying. I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry. First time I've ever seen her angry. I dragged her
She
out into the hall.
Cleaned your clock.
My father was there too, for some reason. The three of us went back up to Flora's tower. Then Felix arrived. He had Penny with him. Fifi had this idea. She wanted to do some kind of scientific test. She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes. After she was done, she went back upstairs and I went back to my room.
That's it?
That's it.
I remember seeing a thing from the artist who said Poppy to draw was hell because her hair moves with her, so all the shine on it has to like be animated
Oh yeah.
separately for like every little bit.
This noise from tongues expelled,
Mhm.
unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word, unfit for dealing with the shifting form
Yo.
of feeling. Stand
Whoa.
unblinking
She
in the
spittin'?
face of taciturn and soundless space.
Yeah, that's how she goes
She's
about
real for
profiles.
that.
Foregone drifter, holding fast. Days as shadow seeker past. Is it bravery or surrender? Accepting that your world will render nothing darker than the gloom. Some four walls make round a room. Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays in the center of a maze. With surging tide, the waves are thrown, an entity of all its own. But on its surface you may see, reflected in the waters be, the orchestrator, pale and still, pulling strings, enacting will.
Whoa, what do you
Kind of,
mean?
Hey, yo.
it's
Scary?
kind of a
Whoa.
scathing-
Horrifying?
It's kind of
Excuse me?
scathing. Like, what do you?
Whoa.
What do you mean?
Hard of head, but free of mind, unimprisoned, unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees beyond, behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied, it's hers.
I think
it's
Poppy's
free,
might be the nicest
then,
description of
now.
Felix.
will ever be.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Softly does the flower grow, all in time, and time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day, tune your heart to nature's way. That's me. I'm on a list of murder suspects. Always thought that would be kinda cool, but it's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
Whoa.
So there are two families living in Tangled Tower?
Mm-hmm. 3 pointers and 5
I like the
fellows.
guitar in her theme.
Yeah, that like
4
it adds a lot.
fellows.
What's the connection between them?
There isn't one. Not really. It was all built by the Remington family. Flora is a Remington, originally. So was Primrose, my mother. She married into the Pointers, and Flora married into the Fellows.
So the Fellows and the Pointers own the house now?
Flora owns the house. Depending on who you ask, that means her husband Felix owns it too.
What about your father?
His claim over the house kind of fell apart after my mother left.
Where's your mother now?
No idea.
Damn.
There's something I noticed.
Mommy
Freya's
issues
knife
moment.
wound.
Hit me.
From what we could tell, the blade went in at an exact
You should just
angle,
slap her.
perpendicular to Freya's body. And there's only one small pool of blood. Nothing on Freya's hands, or anywhere else. The whole thing is just a little too peaceful.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's
It's
up,
gotta be
JT?
a suicide, right?
It's gotta be a
Okay. Perfect right angle, right? What does that say? Knife was pointed inwards, right? But there's no blood on her hands. How is there no blood on her hands? That doesn't make sense. What the fuck is going on in this game?
Why is there a
Exactly.
Yeah,
two?
because like
Why
if
is there
she
two?
no, but like the thing is, if she killed herself, she would have had blood on her other than like the one spot.
That's what I'm saying. There's no blood on her hands. But if a perfectly right angle, like do the motion. You have a knife in your hand, right, and you just push
Yeah.
it forward. That's a perfect right angle.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the weapon, JT?
I don't fucking know, Carlos.
Sorry.
Where's the
don't
fucking
tell them on me.
weapon? Why are you hiding it?
What do you
Sorry.
make of the statue?
I know that's the only harp in the whole of Tangled Tower. I've never actually seen a real one.
Maybe it's from before your time.
Oh, definitely. You see how old this statue is?
What about the symbols? One of them looks like piano keys.
Yeah, weird. When I first saw it, I thought it looked like Flora was holding a knife with blood on the tip.
You don't think that anymore?
No, it was a stupid thing to say. The room was dark. I was in shock. I'm just an idiot.
But it was blood on the tip. If you hadn't said anything, maybe Fifi wouldn't have checked.
Exactly. It's stupid.
But we would have missed out on an important clue.
Is it a clue? Really? Tell me how it's a clue. Tell me how it helps. Nothing about the knife makes any sense. It's just freaking everyone out. Wish I'd never said anything. Why is the glass cracked down one side?
Natural wear and tear, maybe?
No way. Freya took good care of her stuff. Freya would always load up the palette with all the exact colors she was gonna need. I think it helped her zone out and focus on the actual painting itself. Like getting all your sheet music lined up before playing a long piece.
Right. So the blob of
One
black
piece.
paint in the middle, that was for painting Flora?
Flora's dress, yeah. She wears even more black than I do.
Real.
It was my mother's
He said,
originally.
damn, she's more
So
goth
You're a
than me.
weaker
why is it
goth.
up in Flora's room?
She just
You wish you could be
knows
as
to
goth
so.
as her.
Freya would blow up too sometimes.
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who else would own a tape like this?
Literally anybody?
That's weird.
What was inside?
You're
Huh?
not being
Nothing.
honest with this.
Holmes.
Whose paints are those?
They belong to Felix, I think.
Is that supposed to be
I don't think they
Flora?
belong to Felix.
Possibly.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
how nice. Hey, that's
I'm
me.
thinking.
Not a bad likeness.
It looks like you're standing in a rose bush.
Is there something wrong with that?
This is a photo of Fifi.
I'm
and
thinking
Freya,
that
right?
maybe Felix switched up the
Yeah.
frickin'
How come
paintings.
you're not in it? You're
Like
friends with them
painting
too, aren't you?
supplies.
I'm not really
Maybe.
one for photographs.
Fifi looks like she really admires Freya.
Fifi's loyalty to Freya is unshakable. I think everybody sees something different.
Did Freya ever tell you what she saw in it?
Not exactly. She said something about it being from a recurring nightmare.
Sorry, but If it was from a nightmare, why would you paint it and leave it in front of your bed?
Maybe she wanted to take
True.
control of it. Giving something a physical form can make it easier to deal with. Well, sometimes. That belongs to Flora, I think. Is that Fifi's diary? I'm sure I've seen it in her room before.
That's where we found it.
Have you ever read it? Do you know what's written in there?
Nope. I'm sure she wouldn't appreciate me invading her privacy.
I thought you and Fifi were close friends.
Yeah, we are. It's just Fifi's gotten kinda impatient with me recently.
Do you know why?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure she'd tell you if you asked.
Oh, she would. She'd give it to me straight. Probably why I've been avoiding it. Did you find that in Fifi's room?
No? Should we have?
No, it's just... It looks like something she'd use.
Nightmare,
don't you
nightmare,
think?
nightmare.
Nightmare.
I mean, no, but that makes like
Yes.
2 people who
Did you
say
think?
that. Like, that's crazy.
Impressive?
Yeah.
I guess. But kind of
Like,
unsettling with Fitz lurking in the
I have
shadows
no
the
idea,
whole
like,
time.
unless she stole
Yeah.
it, but, like, I don't
does
think that would
that.
be the case. Like, and also, like, what's her name? I don't remember, Hawkshaw. Hawkshaw was like, oh yeah, Fifi's great, but she has no drive to do anything. Which is kind of weird. Like, I think they're sort of kindred spirits in that
Is
sense,
that a
maybe.
gardening
Mm.
tool?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think it belongs to Fitz.
Really? Huh. Never seen him use it. Don't look at me. I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes. I don't know who, but I can tell when somebody else has touched the piano.
She
Oh.
sounds so angry.
Scary.
All right. Poppy's bedroom is
I wonder
unlocked.
what's in there.
Okay, now.
No, I won't do it now. But now.
Should be this one.
God, I wish my bedroom looked
It's
like
an
this.
octopus.
That's a pretty sick bedroom. I'm not gonna
No,
Yeah.
lie.
it's not. It has 6 legs, not 8.
It's a squid.
Don't say it.
Sextopus.
They have
Fuck.
octopus.
Sextopus.
Don't say
Oh my
God.
god.
That's psych. That's
Wow.
that's
Like a
psych.
sex.
Sheet
Man.
music, presumably for piano.
It's
But
all
also a
notes.
squid
I
has
barely
10.
even call that music.
Sex.
Yeah, it's been
I thought
framed,
squids had
though.
9.
Must be important
No,
for some reason.
They have 10.
There's a name for this kind of piano. You know, these ones that stand upright. Oh, thank goodness, there are 7 lit candles. Wouldn't want it to be dark in here.
Bro.
That is the bed of a vampire.
I thought vampires slept in coffins.
This is a vampire who needs firm support for their lower back.
Yo,
Right,
that's
but
me.
Real.
I'm a vampire with scoliosis.
Ah, yes, a giant symbol drawn in chalk on the floor.
It's the same eye as on top of.
Yeah, that's
Oh, is it a
interesting.
woman?
It's an eye. Gloomy.
But roomy. Various handmade posters.
What do you think those symbols mean?
Hopefully, nothing. Just a bunch of clothes on the floor. Nothing weird about that.
To you.
Bruh.
Written sheet music.
Anything in the wardrobe?
Dresses mostly. I never realized there were so many shades of black.
A lamp. It is most definitely turned off. Empty.
It's a metronome for keeping time.
Weird looking metronome. I'm gonna leave that alone. For
Anything in the drawers?
Nothing you need to know about.
Fair.
It's a metronome.
Hold on. There's a rose.
Wouldn't you like to
A
know about it,
single
boy?
red rose. How very traditional.
Yeah, weird.
Okay, now
It's a metronome.
Metronome time.
Ticking.
It's so loud.
It's
I don't know.
supposed to be ticking.
Lamau.
Not sure what those symbols are, though.
Oh God.
Oh.
Oh, you need to get them all lined up at the top. Oh, that was easy.
Well,
I did it.
Man, that's
Where
crazy.
do I win?
here I
Not
thought we
bad.
were gonna be stuck here with the
Oh, is this
It's
fucking.
was-
fucking speed run.
What?
God damn, Jesus.
Was there even a puzzle to that?
Nah, I don't know.
Not when you got your hands on it.
What?
Shit.
I was,
You did
Huh?
unspeakable things to that puzzle.
What the fuck did you do to that poor puzzle, JT? Oh my
Apologize for
god.
that puzzle.
What?
Poor thing got violated.
I like to imagine Grimoire's like, oh, geez, it sounds like it's a puzzle. He just like grabs it and just fucking shoves it in the fucking spot. There, it's done.
Huh? Wait, was
That
there a
was
puzzle to
crazy.
that? Was there actually like supposed to be a puzzle?
Just take the W.
Not
Take the
anymore.
W.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn.
What happened?
Little hatch unlocked in the back.
Anything in there?
Mm-hmm. It's a photograph. Part of a photograph.
Huh.
Damn, is that Poppy?
Yeah. No, it looks like her at least. Different hairstyle though.
Okay.
Different everything style to her.
Girl was mega pink.
I guess she
There's something
elevated
She went
to
from
goth.
pastel goth to more traditional goth.
Yeah.
Something suspicious.
Suspicious.
Let's ask Poppy about it.
No.
A big glass door leads out into a garden. Somehow,
There's a little mechanism by the handle.
Yeah, that's how you solve the funny puzzle.
I see.
something happened.
That must be it. And the door's still locked.
I still feel like we made some sort of progress.
We look at
Didn't
it.
we solve
We did, but
I just want to look at it.
It's a Belinus.
Boy,
That is a way to
why
say
do you
that.
say it like that?
See, if you said it normally, it would have been like, okay, but it's just it's the Belinus.
I thought we were.
I'm clipping that.
It's Belinus. He said it so
Oh, God.
professionally. That's Belinus.
Fuck
You
you,
know it.
Dad.
Shit, dude.
Guess that was
It makes
right.
a cock for Fitz.
Finally, it's open.
Whatever's on the other side.
Alright, let's go. Rooftop garden. Oh, this is cute.
This is really cute.
Giant
It's
stone
pretty.
frog. Love it.
Ah, he's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
Pretty.
Giant stone frog.
Yeah.
Except those aren't snowflakes.
Froggy.
They're feathers.
Forgy.
That's one big dragonfly.
Or one very
How
small
hungry.
dragon. It's a rose bush, growing on a little patch of bluish soil. Apart from a
Boggy.
couple of loose petals on one side, the whole thing looks very well cared for.
The roses are bright red, too.
Now, aren't roses normally that color?
Exactly.
Why that thing got headphones
It's
on it?
another little statue, doing a really bad job of hiding in the bushes.
He's playing a lute this time.
He's also wearing headphones.
Well, they're not part of the statue. And they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
Oh,
Hey, yo, dripped up.
But why?
It's so relaxing. I might just stay here.
Oh, shall I go finish the investigation on my own?
That'd be great.
A little pond.
It looks really, really deep for some reason. See those metal bars around the edges, too?
Oh, that probably connects to the bottom bit. Right? On
Oh,
What are
yeah.
you supposed to for?
Nothing anymore. Looks like somebody broke them and then never bothered to fix it.
Or something broke out.
Boggy.
Buggy.
no.
Dude, if something broke out, that's fucking scary.
Egg.
More egg statues.
I don't get it. Why eggs?
Well, either they have some
Emge.
special significance, or the sculptor was just really lazy.
What do you mean?
An egg has got to be the easiest shape to make.
So talk to the
Stone
artist that way.
pillars, or
Real.
what's left of them.
More egg steps.
I don't
Well,
get what you
an
mean.
egg has got to be the easiest.
So many eggs.
I think you got everything here.
It's so relaxed. I might just. That'd be.
Oh, good.
What about the birds
A
of prop?
bridge. I'm glad to know there's a way to get across that tiny, tiny pond.
Not all bridges are about getting across stuff.
War.
It's so relaxing. I might just. That'd be.
Swag.
Why is he throwing it back?
Go back, Private!
Yeah, I don't know.
Ah, it's clearly some kind of large device.
You're not wrong.
What
I've always wanted one of those.
A mechanical solar system? What would you do with it?
I would look at it.
True.
Wait a minute. Earth in the middle, sun on the outside. How old is this thing?
Not old enough.
What are we trying to do?
An eclipse? Align the stars?
Nothing.
So they rotate the planets and rotate the sun and moon.
I guess that's wrong.
I think you just need to get the shadows to line up with the shape on the base.
Oh! I didn't even notice that.
Oh yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, so probably have the furthest reaching one to the left then. Or whichever planet reaches the left the most.
I just want
Yeah, so that's gonna be there for sure.
yeah. Which means that this has to be here.
Yes.
Just move this shit out of the way.
Oh wait, oh never mind. I guess next would be orange, would be the... Oh, actually, no, that fits pretty snug there.
Oh, they go like up where the peaks are. Where the peaks of those
Yeah.
yeah, like instead of going straight ahead, it would go like that one goes there.
I think that middle one's like a twofer.
Yeah, that two planets go there. They don't line up in the middle. They go where the peak of that shadow is.
Yeah.
So like there's two of them
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
That's the one.
Hey, not bad.
So
Did you hear that? Something unlocked.
There's a little hatch underneath? What's in there?
A bunch of paper. Looks like somebody's research.
Bug.
Missed it again.
On
Oh,
Remington's
Sorry,
desk in
my
the
desk.
last game, there was like a gold bug mentioned as well.
old Bugman.
The notebook is untouched. It's completely blank.
So, even the most well-used notebooks start off blank.
It's tidier than my desk. The
So, even the most well-used note.
It's tidier than
So,
mine.
even the most
Right,
well-used
right, right.
Picture frame.
with no picture.
Weird.
It's full of tea, but it's gone cold.
Criminal.
It's tidier than mine.
So, even the most well-used.
It's a chart of the solar system. Which planet?
Damn.
It's a chart. Which planet are you
Wow.
from, Sally?
That's so
That's
messed
fucked up.
Which
What about the ceiling?
Trinkets.
They're
We're getting
clearly
there.
gizmos.
True.
There's
Actually,
something
step
kind of
ladder.
disappointing about this room. I just expected a bit more from an astronomy tower.
Oh, does it not compare to all the other astronomy towers you've been to?
There's something kind of.
Oh, does it not?
There's something kind
Oh,
of.
does it not? A Spyglass to the Stars, volumes 1 to 12.
They're in very good condition.
A bell jar. It's empty.
What do people normally keep in bell jars?
Other than bells, you mean?
Oh,
Pretty.
Man,
It's too cloudy to see any stars right now.
It's also daytime.
I was about to
It's too
say.
cloudy.
That's
It's also
crazy.
Trinkets.
They're clearly
Let's at least introduce ourselves before touching his telescope.
always a good roll.
Shh, listen. Do you hear them? The stars. Their wisps.
They sound like an Oblivion NPC.
And yet, so
Yes.
He does.
loud.
What are they whispering about? Are they spreading rumors about us?
I shouldn't think they concern themselves with such insignificance. We are but specks of dust, you and I.
Mm-hmm. Could this speck of dust start by telling me his name?
You find yourself standing in the astronomy tower of one Professor Percival Pointer.
Seems like this tower belongs to the Pointers, and the other one belongs to the Fellows.
Well observed, my dear. Tangled Tower is something of a duality, as it happens. Meaningless boundaries, really. They exist only in our minds.
Helpful.
What the fuck? This guy's the barbarian from Clash of Clans.
Oh my god.
Hello?
Also, he has not done anything after this game.
Oh
That's
my god.
Not much
crazy.
to say.
A man went
Strictly
two
speaking, I'm
things.
the current head of the
Refuses
Pointer
to
family.
elaborate.
He's Chuck E. Cheese.
I was gonna say that.
You
Fucking
Chuck E.
Chuck E.
Cheese?
Cheese. Oh my
That's
god.
Dude.
crazy.
Mr. Chuck E. Cheese is in this game.
Mr.
That's
Cheese.
crazy.
And of course, father to my precious Poppy.
And a professional astronomer?
Oh no, that's just a little hobby. I mean, yes, I've studied the stars for over 35 years, published 17 books.
Just a little hobby.
Sounds like you're
Me
quite
when I
well known.
become a fashion
You must
designer.
bring in a good amount of money.
Oh dear me, no. My field of research has never yielded any kind of stable financial return. Nor
Oh,
would I
how?
expect it to. I am nothing but a humble interpreter for the cosmos, working
How did
to
you manage
translate
that?
its message so that I may share it with the world.
Did
Cool.
you actually
It'd be
like,
really
say to your
good.
publisher,
Say
hey,
hi.
publish this instead of hey, publish this and give me money?
The day began as any other,
Yes.
with blissful, unremarkable routine. I took my usual morning walk around the gardens. Fresh air does wonders for the mind.
Did you see anyone else?
Penelope and Fitz were in the greenhouse together. I didn't bother them, of course. I sat for a while besides the pond in the garden. It's a favorite spot of mine. Eventually, I returned to my tower and buried myself in my studies for the afternoon.
Did you use your telescope yesterday?
Once the stars began to appear, naturally.
For how long?
I can't say. I've been known to lose hours at my telescope.
Did you see anything?
No actual discoveries, if that's what you mean.
So you were all alone up in the astronomy tower. Must have been a while before you found out what had happened to Freya.
Quite. Normally, I would be the last to find out about such a thing. But a curious tug of fate led me towards the fellow tower later that evening.
Yeah.
I was at my telescope for the majority of the evening, but at one point I returned to my desk to look something up in a reference book. I couldn't find the book I wanted, so I figured Fiona must have borrowed it. I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall. I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library. She looked impatient and slightly frustrated.
Same as ever then?
Quite. I passed her by and went upstairs to Fiona's room. The door was locked, but I could hear shouting coming from inside. I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter. I had no desire to invade their privacy by eavesdropping,
Fiona's
so
voice?
I waited for them to finish and come out into the hall. Before I could ask about the book, Poppy grabbed my hand and took me upstairs along with Fiona. It was apparent that both of them had already been crying about something. We went up to Flora's tower. Freya was
Oh yeah,
laying
she
on
said
her
she doesn't
back,
like the name Fiona.
right
She
in the
likes
middle of the
Fifi.
room.
I
Yeah.
forgot.
Mhm.
Flora and Fitz were already there. They both looked stoic as ever. Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did, and then Fiona went downstairs with Poppy for some reason. I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Why did you leave so quickly? Wasn't there anything you could have done to help?
Don't take this the wrong way, but the whole ordeal is fellow family business. I'm quite sure they don't need me getting in the way at a time like that.
All
I
right.
also think it's kind of
A
sus he left out the
listless
fact that he told
soul
Hawkshot to
drifting
like
through
not
the ether.
go
What's wrong
upstairs.
with her?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
She's always been troubled. Comes from a dysfunctional family. I'd say you could ask her about it, but
Man,
I think you might find
Guy's a
that to be
dick.
a bit of a dead end.
Yeah, but we ask your wife about that. How about that?
He should learn to make the most of his life. And he does have a lot in life.
sheesh.
You're talking about money?
Among other things, but yes, he currently has agency over a small fortune. That is, if he hasn't already squandered it or lost it.
You two don't get on?
Oh no, we're the best of friends. Ah,
Uh-huh.
yes, the heiress of Tangled Tower. Goodness knows what'll happen when she takes charge. I dare say she'll confiscate my telescope and replace it with a microscope.
She doesn't seem to be the type to impress her will on others.
Still, keep an eye on her. Dangerously intelligent, that one.
You sound jealous.
Bruh.
Wait, are you two science
Yeah, I was gonna
rivals?
say.
Oh no, we operate on very different wavelengths. Literally. What do you want me
I
to
was gonna
say?
say though, sound a little
He's the
jealous,
gardener.
brother.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the fellow family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived. Nobody could
Poor
deny
Fitz.
her talent.
Yeah.
She was remarkable, artistically gifted, but also highly intelligent.
Those
Saw her
two
eating
things aren't
bugs.
mutually exclusive, you know.
Was she ever interested in astronomy?
I don't think she was. The fault may well lie with me for failing to inspire her. But I think she was captivated by more tangible things here on Earth. My daughter loved her. Fiona, too. That said, in the last year or so, more and more I've begun to notice her by herself, wandering the gardens at the most peculiar hours. She must have explored every inch of the grounds 100 times over. Quite a restless spirit, I think. I'm surprised she chose to live at Tangled Tower as long as she did.
Us.
Hard
Huh.
to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp,
Man.
rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
Damn.
What
I
the
don't
hell?
especially want to talk about myself. Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
I'm not sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we don't have time.
How to say?
Oh my goodness.
Poppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. She... Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Because she's a suspect.
Oh no, I can personally vouch for her innocence. She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she go?
Away.
Playing field, he
She
says.
went away.
Okay.
Damn, okay.
What'd you do?
Away.
Every astronomy tower needs a telescope.
I want to try.
Hell.
This guy is a creep.
It's the tower opposite this one.
Why is he
Is
staring
that a
straight at her?
window?
I think it is.
Is there another room above Flora's room?
We should check that next time we're over there. You can see right into Flora's room.
Not by accident.
I can see Flora, but she's not looking this way. She's looking up. Behind her is the backside of the easel holding Freya's unfinished painting. I can't really see anything behind it. Not from this angle.
Wait, hold on. You can see the staircase, which implies that, like, they can see it going up, too. Which implies they went up, and they were like, oh yeah, that staircase just goes nowhere.
She goes to hell.
I can see the
That's
doorway.
fucking
It leads into the hall.
crazy.
The door itself is on the floor, knocked off its hinges.
It's that little plant Flora keeps on the window ledge.
Don't you think it would fall off? In the wind.
Maybe it's glued down.
I can just about see the gramophone. Isn't
Nice.
this
Dude,
supposed
what
to
if
be an
like what if you
astronomy
look into the
telescope?
telescope
I'm
and she was
pretty sure
staring,
you
like,
see the sky for astronomy
straight at
to work.
you?
Can't move it. I think this is just how it's set up.
Uh-oh. That's weird.
What are you doing, creep
Oh
ass?
no.
Excuse me.
Oh
We
no.
can't even ask him
I
about
do
that. He's
not
just a
like
creep.
this.
He's just creeping. Okay. All right, sure.
So,
Is this
which
for
one is
free?
Tangled Tower?
What's
the
that?
weirdo?
There are 2 towers, right? Flora's tower and your astronomy tower.
Neither? Truly, I have no idea. You'd have to ask Flora.
She named the house?
The whole thing is a result of her squabbling with her family.
With Felix, you mean? Her husband?
No, her brother and sister, and her father.
Brother?
The Remington family was
Oh,
a
yeah.
rather tumultuous little unit, you see. I don't think Flora has
Yes,
spoken with
Fisher
any
would
of
be your
them in
brother.
over a decade.
Yeah, it's probably the
Not
dude who
exactly
died,
a
right?
wealth of
Unless that's her
information, is
dad.
it?
It's enough.
We can check the family tree again.
Yeah.
A very old statue indeed. I'd recommend you leave it well alone.
By the way, guys, am
The
I like
poor fellow's
lagging
in
or
bad enough
popping
shape
in and
as it
out?
is.
Not really.
I don't
Okay.
hear anything.
I don't like the way he said that.
I
What did
find
he
that
say?
painting
Because
to
for
be
some-
in rather
it's
bad
just because for-
taste.
No, the way that he said that the statement on that previous one. Like wait.
Oh, yeah?
The knife with real blood on it? The whole thing is rather vulgar. A very old... I'd recommend you
Yeah, well,
leave the
you're
poor
rather
fellows
vulgar
in
for-
bed. Is this important?
Possibly.
Here's a thought. Do you suppose the paintbrush could be the murder weapon? After
thought
all,
so.
it was found at the scene, right next to Freya's body.
I guess it's possible.
Pointer property originally, purloined by the fellows. Typical. I haven't
Fellows,
seen that
derogatory.
for a long time. Who broke it?
No idea.
Ah, well, possessions are fleeting, my friends. Curious little thing, isn't it? Do you know what she keeps in there?
Nothing. At the moment. It was empty when we opened it.
How bizarre.
Can't a woman keep an empty egg in her room?
No.
This is supposed to be Felix, is it?
I think so.
He can say
I see
fellas.
he's afforded himself considerable
No,
artistic
no.
license.
Yeah.
No.
Rushed, even by Felix's standards.
At least he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a hobby. Keeps his mind from decaying, you know. These were drawn by Freya. She must have drawn that one of Hawkshaw rather recently.
I guess.
Poppy's 2 closest friends. Freya looks so innocent there. Freya was well acquainted with the abstract, I'll say that much.
What does it look like to you?
To me, it's a big, red thing.
What a fascinating interpretation.
He's right, though. It is a big red thing.
You're a big
That's
red
a very
thing.
old book, isn't it? Looks like
Damn.
someone could have taken better care of it.
I like the look of a well-read book. Better than one that's never been opened.
Ah, well put. A diary can be a wonderful outlet for an outpouring of one's soul.
How do you know it's a diary?
I suppose I don't, but it does look like a diary. What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
Fitz seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers at all. Oh, you
Excuse me?
found a murder weapon?
Steady
Uh-huh.
on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks like a weapon to me. Curious creature,
Oh my
isn't it?
god.
Ow.
Some sort of amphibious
sharp.
bipedal fishman.
Playing a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet, yes. Oh my. This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother?
Of course. Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall. What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Who?
Oh, if you don't know, perhaps I don't either.
What?
Bruh.
I
Huh?
think you may wish to adjust your threshold
What do you
of what
mean?
you consider to be a clue. I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears?
Whenever I've seen him, yes.
So, we found some research.
No, I think he just
What's
doesn't
up
want to
with this
hear you.
golden beetle? Is this something you're studying?
I can't help you, I'm afraid. I think it must be something left behind by a previous inhabitant of Tangled Tower. I'm not the first scientist to ever walk these halls, you know.
Well, it wasn't in the halls. It was in your astronomy tower.
This
Okay.
pointing to something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Well, sure.
So, Professor, what interests you about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like
I'll
to
be
give
right back.
exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh, go on.
Just go to me.
Not
He's
really
heading
interested
straight
in astronomy.
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
Like a woman?
for it. I can't present the portraits, right? Because I can't really.
No, it's just evidence.
Yeah,
so
no.
it'd probably be the beetle, right? Because he was
I'm
kind of.
guessing.
He was kind of like, I don't know.
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably
I guess
far
not.
away.
Right.
Oh,
That's why you like
cool.
using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah, about that.
Oh, it was just. So I was
That's
just screwed? Or
What do
was
you
that
mean?
the right answer?
No, that was right. You were right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was real.
That progressed the conversation.
Yeah, I think that no. Yeah, I think pointing towards is the freaking crime scene.
Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of what?
Wow.
Spying?
Are you spying?
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
It's a very precious specimen, incredibly rare, valuable in ways
Oh my
you
goodness.
could never understand. Freya was always sneaking around, both towers and in the gardens too. She was definitely up to something.
Yeah,
So,
if you remember
this next question is
the
important.
entomology section
You
in
were
the
looking to
library
Flora's
was
room
completely
around the
empty.
time of the murder.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
witness the crime, Professor?
I
No,
think he
I
probably has
didn't.
all the books.
When I looked into the room,
If I had to guess.
Flora was already lying on the floor.
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark, and the telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
Is that it for him?
I believe so.
Yeah, looks like it. Alright.
One more room to look
at.
Sussus Bacchus.
Yeah, you have one more person to meet.
Aviary. She looks
Whoa,
kind of cool.
That's a
that's
bird.
an
Check
actual
out
bird
that
person.
butterfly.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
What's
No,
those
no,
little
no,
windows
he's
down
right.
there?
I think they're there for draining rainwater.
Oh,
Boss moment.
my little writing desk. It's kind of cute.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's torn a page out of the middle.
Bird diagrams. Hand painted.
They're beautiful. Someone really knows their stuff.
Bird
They're
diagrams.
beautiful. I
Bird
don't
up.
like mirrors. They steal
Bird
your
up.
soul.
How do you get your hair so symmetrical without using a mirror?
I do it by weight. I can feel if one side is heavier than the other.
Damn.
I feel like I'm
Crazy?
stuck in a giant birdcage.
They're bird cages, but the birds are coming and going freely.
Is that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is.
Southburg?
And especially fancy cage.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
Oh, just beautiful. What is it?
Huh?
Sort of a delicate jade, but with a little seafoam green, is that right?
Sorry?
Your hair, dear! Which shade do you use? It's lovely! And that shape, you're really pushing the envelope.
Oh,
Yo, hey, yo.
I do what
Whoa.
I can to
Whoa.
offset Grimoire's beige on
He
brown
said, "Damn, girl,
ensemble.
you're hot."
Detectives don't need to be brightly colored. We prefer to blend into the background.
Oh, you're the detective? Delightful. Penny Pointer, pleasure.
Is that short for Penelope?
Officially, yes, but I never can be bothered with all 4 syllables of it. Penelope sounds a little ostentatious coming out of the mouth, don't you think?
Wait, hold on. What was the other name we heard?
Penny.
No. No, the dude, like his first wife, Penelope?
Oh,
it was-
oh, Primrose?
Primrose, thank you. Yeah, because Penelope's this
sure.
one.
Yeah.
No, no,
20
Primrose
something
was Flora's
Aquarius
sister.
love to travel, and
Yeah.
nearly all of my
Yeah.
friends.
And is this his wife, or is this, who is this? Ben?
No, this is I believe on a cousin.
Oh, okay.
I believe it is one of Pointer's siblings' kid.
Gotcha.
So-
Birds.
Travel. Where to?
Anywhere at all, as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I call it the only thing I've ever been good at.
And have you studied the birds here at Tangle Tower?
But of course! Where else do you think I developed my love of the field? No matter where I go, I always
I
find
really like
myself
her
coming
design,
home
though.
to Tangled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of like a
Because of the
1920s
birds.
flapper.
Oh, no, because of him. Silly to admit, but I suppose I can't bear for us to be apart.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, don't you know? My fiancé, dear Fitz.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
He's not really the traveling type, you see.
Fitz
But
fellow.
it doesn't
The
seem like
very one.
Fitz
You're
really likes
engaged
her all
to
that
a
much.
member of the fellow family?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That, or
Mm.
maybe
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious
Poppy
feuding
is
goes on between
jealous,
our two
maybe?
families. Fitz and I find it much easier to stay out of it altogether.
I just want somewhere.
We can get into Penny's room now.
Now, like,
No.
right now?
A rather magnificent bush. Somewhat cruelly confined to a stone pot.
There's a letter P carved into the side.
Oh, get back
I
over.
awoke early and headed down into the greenhouse to see Fitz. He's always there, crack of dawn, every morning like clockwork.
How come?
It's where he's happiest. That and he has a great deal of work to do every day, watering, pruning, mulching, whatever that is.
Do you help him with the work of
Oh.
the greenhouse?
Oh, no, no. I wouldn't dream of it. I'd probably break something.
So, you stayed with Fitz the whole day?
No. In the early afternoon, he went back inside. Rather suddenly, as it happens.
Did he say why?
He didn't. Probably just a touch of heat stroke, the poor dear. He's more delicate than you'd think.
What did you do after that?
Let's see. I returned to the aviary to feed my birds.
And how many birds are you responsible for?
Haha,
Officially
Penny, I am fucking
4,
your cousin.
but in truth, it's more like 400.
Can they not feed themselves?
Of course. And they often do. But I think they just like the company. As do I. Sometime in the evening, I left the aviary and headed back towards my room. But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. He was muttering something. Seemed a bit upset, the poor dear. I followed him down, but the grand hall was empty by the time I got there. Empty aside from Detective Hawkshaw, who was loitering over by the library. I don't know what it was, but she looked a little lost. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower. I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path. For some reason, he was coming out of Fitz's bedroom. He looked rather lost, too. I told him I was looking for Uncle. He suggested we look up in Flora's tower room. We could see from the hallway. The door was off its hinges. I knew then something was terribly wrong. A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya. Uncle Pointer was there. Fitz, too, standing over in the corner with Fifi and Poppy.
What about Flora?
Of course, silent as ever. Uncle suggested we should leave. Give the others some space, you know. So he and I both returned to our rooms in Pointer Tower. A fellow bird enthusiast. She's quite the expert, truth be told. Studied them professionally at one point. I think her father taught her.
Are you friends with Flora?
A little bit.
A little bit friends.
She's one for the peace and quiet. I dare say I'm a little too loud for her.
I can see that.
I can see.
I do
it's,
admire
my,
her, though, really.
No,
I
no.
always felt like she could have done
my apologies,
more
Alex.
than settle for Felix.
Ouch.
I said it. I must say, I really don't care for the den of self-delusion.
Felix
these were
slander?
treated into.
Everyone else in this fucking
People are
tower.
better off when they just
Oh, yeah.
let
And Felix.
themselves be themselves. Between you and me, I think Felix is secretly rather miserable. She mostly ignores me, if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh. you don't need to.
No, it's quite all right. I'm comfortable with it. Isn't he strapping?
He is
Yeah.
big.
And so
Well.
brooding.
Kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
So she got him the
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
I
But
don't
he
remember
doesn't
asking for your
use it.
input.
Ever. Which is
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning, and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve.
Got it, thanks.
For my 21st birthday, she gave me a framed painting. All the birds from a single spring, with their names written underneath. I can't begin to tell you how much I've treasured it.
Sounds like you two were close.
Probably in a room.
I feel like I always struggled to articulate my admiration for her, but she had a way of understanding unspoken things. She's a most unsavory little...
Oh God, new
Damn.
animation.
Which part? The giant bird arms or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow. I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility. Did you not know
She's
that?
looking for the beetle.
Beetle.
I see.
Can't say I've ever taken an interest in Uncle's astronomy. On occasion, I've dared to visit him in his tower, but I always regret it. It's all just a little too abstract for me.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you know the sun is apparently over 400,000 miles wide? Okay, so what should I do with that information? How does it help me?
Yo.
Don't look at me.
Me when I solve a
You're
scarecrow
the
field puzzle.
Dude, literally.
Oh, she's beautiful. Who is she? Wait, is that me?
Oh man.
Did you
I'm
talk to Papa
crying.
already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
Lovely. Burn them. It'll all be lies.
Why would Poppy lie to us?
Because that's what she does. She's a snake. Looks like one too.
Don't you think you're
Oh,
being a little
no.
unfair, Penny?
She started it.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
No.
Ruh-roh.
I
It's
think there is
probably
some kind of
quite
bizarre love
impressive.
triangle.
To a visitor, fresh eyes and all that.
Not to you.
Try living in it for 20 years. The sheen wears off. If it wasn't for my fits, I'd have little reason to stay.
What about inheritance? You're the next oldest pointer after your uncle, aren't you?
Well, thank you very much for phrasing it like that. But no, any money left in the Pointer family will pass down directly to Poppy.
Is that fair?
I couldn't care less, to be perfectly honest.
Sounds like you could.
Finally, I get to see a detective's case file.
That's a very specific thing to be excited about.
Well, only last week I asked that miserable Hawkshaw woman if I could see her case notes.
I'm guessing she said no.
Would have been much more polite if she had just said no. Instead, she was quite rude to me. Accused me of being, what was it? A shallow sensationalist.
Based.
I'm
Well,
sure I've read about
Can I
this
see your case
creature
notes? Kill yours.
somewhere. I don't remember anything about him playing the harp, though.
Oh, jeez. I love the voice
I
of
doubt
Oscar.
Freya intended it.
Oh, they're great.
But
The
overall
voice
effect
acting
was
fucking all knocked it out of the park.
unsettling,
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think? It's Flora that's the problem. She's an inescapably haunting presence, bless her. Freya doesn't take very good care of her pains, does she? But then she was always rather bohemian, had her own priorities. Oh, that's rather sad. Poppy's gramophone.
Oh.
She's had it for a long time. As a young child, she'd call it her mama phone, on account of it belonging to her mother.
That's cute.
Oh yes, adorable. Terrible.
You recognize
I
it?
can't fucking stand the sun.
3 different pinks. Obscene.
Oh man.
Oh my god. So
God, thing,
traumatized.
isn't it? Flora seems
God,
very
the
fond of
writing
it.
is
I've never
impeccable.
understood why.
It's really good. It's
I could say
funny.
the
It's
same
like
thing about her
engaging. I love it.
Yeah.
Heyo.
Mm-hmm.
What did she say?
Gaudial. Flora seems very fond of it, but then I could say the same.
Heyo.
Wow.
A bit
That's
vain to carve
crazy.
wooden
Wow.
figurines of oneself, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, that little red and white one is supposed to be a bird of some kind.
Yeah, this one. Probably.
Very nice.
You've seen these before?
Yes.
All of them. Even this one of...
Yes.
Oh.
Freya was
Oh,
very
boy.
talented,
Uh-oh.
even at that age.
Do you know how old this photo is?
I think I
Not
know why
sure.
she's calling
Must be a
Poppy a
couple of years at
snake.
least.
Yeah.
Sometime before Fiona settled on her current style.
Why you say it like that?
Yeah.
I know a lot of
What the
people
fuck?
really like this painting, but it's a little much for me. I find it overbearing. And for some reason, it makes me feel bad for Freya. I think she was more troubled than we knew. Somebody taking an interest in extinct animals.
Extinct.
Oh, yes. The book is very old. Most of the birds in it are long gone.
Well, what about this bird, though? The ink dip.
This one, well, it was thought to be extinct for a long time. Then one was found here at Tangled Tower.
So it's not extinct.
You misunderstand. It was the last one. The very last.
Oh.
Ooh, a secret
God,
dive.
that was a great take.
That's our best team.
That is so good.
Excellent.
I don't know what that is. Ooh, delightful. More of a gemstone than a fruit, isn't it?
Inedible, too, I think.
Yes. At one point, I thought Fitz might be growing them to sell them. But honestly, I think he just likes the way they look.
I mean, they're pretty.
Did Fitz show
Yeah.
you that?
Not exactly.
We found it hidden under his bed.
Ah, right. Haven't seen this one in a while. He lives in the music room, doesn't he?
Currently.
Looks a little simple for Poppy, doesn't it? I thought she was a grade 12 or something.
I didn't know there were that many grades.
I'm sure they invented some new ones just for her. I can't decide what's worse. How she looks here, or how she looks now.
Do you know who this is?
Wow.
In the photo?
Oh, absolutely no idea.
What? Why is
Oh my
everybody
god,
saying
everyone
that?
is trolling.
Why is everyone?
Everyone
saying
is
this?
There used to be
trolling.
all kinds of birds here at Tangled Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question. Lovely.
Hates it.
Not a fan of insects myself. Whose research is this?
We were hoping you might know.
No, can't say I. Freya, perhaps. I know she was always very fond of grubby little things like this.
Noted.
I must say the girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you. Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular treatment. I let them out to fly occasionally, of course. But they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
I've already forgotten all three of those names.
Which one is which?
Yeah.
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest, Tabitha is the most patient, and Tamara has the best sense of rhythm.
Glad we cleared that up.
What about the one on your head?
On my head? It's just my hat. It doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat?
Oh God, that's a
That was
hat.
damn.
Is it just? It's an inverse of what's fucking Giselle.
Yeah. Just a
That's
hat.
fucking crazy.
Let's go over them all.
Sure. Yeah.
That's all the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if anyone's been lying.
There's a couple we
That too.
noticed.
Oh yeah.
Fitz and I were up in the Moonlight Garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs.
I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her.
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope
Get
with
out of
me,
there.
and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with each other.
They don't just line up. Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
They break into your room. What's in here?
Kill!
It's a birdhouse.
Are those real birds? Nope. They're wooden.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, let's see if you have the
absolutely
AJ
clocking this.
the AJ clairvoyance moment.
Wow. Dude, that shit was scary.
He just told me, hey, put that there, and then that was the solution. I was like, what the fuck? We didn't even understand how the puzzle worked at that point.
Crazy.
It was unhinged.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've got the clairvoyance.
I think I understand.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know about these two because they're so
Nope.
There must be something to do with those white lines.
Okay. I think you should put the yellow. Oh God, the bird on the right. Bird on the right. Up. Yeah, switch them. Yep. Put the one on the left also here. And then switch the white and the red.
Wait, yeah, actually, I think that's it.
Nothing.
I think the birds are...
Shit.
That's the one.
It's like a family tree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay,
Yes,
that makes sense.
You see, AJ's like, hey, put that one there. Okay, but he didn't know what the puzzle was.
No, but the way that AJ explained his logic was so fucking. He was like, yeah, so I made them all look at each other, and I was like, what do you mean by this?
Yeah, that's okay. That's actually messed up. Because I was just like, oh, I realized that like
It was psychotic.
It was
That's
actually fucking.
I mean, the
terrifying.
eyes are also technically a way to solve the puzzle. It's just the
Yeah.
of, like,
Yeah.
the way to put them.
No, yeah, I mean, like the way to solve it is like looking at how the eye shapes are.
Yeah, and the colors that the two make as well.
Yeah.
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 But like AJ said, I made them look at each other, and it's
Also,
like,
I don't know, the mouths too, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
The
there's,
mouth
there's
also?
multiple ways to solve this because,
Yeah.
like, for colorblind people, it would be
Yeah, I guess
kind
you'd
of
need.
difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah,
give
true.
me 1 second, by the way.
Like me, who was
No problem.
saying,
That's very
yellow
interesting,
or
though. I
the
never
green.
noticed
I
the
don't-
beaks also.
I didn't notice the beaks either.
I was just really focused on the eyes.
All I know is that AJ had the most nonsensical and
Yeah,
insane
no, that's
fucking
an
solution to it.
insane reason for why he solved the solution. I'll be right back.
Hey, not bad.
You mean?
Did the door open? What's in there?
Now I'll get. Oh my.
Excuse
Oh
me?
my goodness.
Hello.
Scary?
Hey, yo? Penny?
Traveling cases.
Empty. All of them.
That's some flower.
There's something weird about it. It just feels out of place.
Girl looks like her.
Ever get the feeling you're being watched?
Oh yeah.
The mannequins don't have eyes, though.
That's not a comforting sentence.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right, Sam. It means get her a
Oh,
present.
scary.
Nature invited itself in. Rude.
No, it's
Rude.
cute.
Rude.
This is the fanciest room so far.
Too fancy.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't think I could resist, like, just grabbing one of
No,
those birds if
the
they were in front of me.
birds can easily get in and out of those cages.
Put them in your
Well,
mouth.
if that's true,
No, I'm just
can
trying
they
to grab
even be
them.
considered cages?
Trying to get them.
A little tea set.
What
Once recently used.
the fuck?
One of the cups has tea in it.
What's in the other
What
one?
do you mean they got them?
Seed. A little
Real.
bedtime reading.
Let's see. Romance novels, detective novels.
Oh yeah, the Fugi's got messed up on the
And-
stream.
Shit. How are they messed up?
They're like bigger and out of place.
Oh,
for some
that's
reason.
because Owl left the Discord.
Oh, so
Ah.
just you put us in as a group.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that
'Cause
makes
it's-
sense.
Yeah, on this one it's easier because I don't know who all is joining and whatever, so I can just quick move it wherever.
Yeah, actually, that's real.
Let me just find the CC real quick.
What?
This one appears to be both.
Wait, what? What was the other one?
Hey, yo.
Romance detective.
Romance
Okay,
and
That's
detective.
it.
Nice.
That bed. It's like something from a fairy tale.
Does it feel
It looks
warm over
really
here,
cozy.
or is it just me?
No, you're right. Maybe the bed has some kind of heater.
It's not coming from the bed. It's coming from the wall.
Okay.
Can you
also,
click on the
real
wall?
quick, I will. Here's the photo, or the painting they were talking about of all the
Oh, yeah.
birds,
Oh, yeah.
their names underneath it.
That bed.
I never noticed that.
It's like
Does it
no.
feel it's not coming from the bed?
This is the fancy.
Too,
What
I
is
don't know.
that bed?
Does it
No,
I don't think there's
feel
any
it's
way
not
to examine
coming
it.
from the bed?
Oh, it's just because it's like here, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
So they're like, oh, it's coming from the walls because there's something in here.
Makes sense. Alright, what silly thing are we investigating next?
Attic.
It's a statue of a wolf, standing up straight, like a man.
You know, there's a name for that.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
What the fuck
It's a jar.
do you mean
The head
it's
screws
stuff?
off.
Huh.
It's a jar.
Huh.
Huh. Huh.
What is
Huh.
that?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
Looks like it might attach to something.
Real thingy.
A real thingy. I love
Just
that.
You're real for
dusty
that.
junk.
Nothing catching my interest.
I'm sorry, is this spooky attic boring you?
Kinda.
What about the chest on the
Someone
floor?
painted out the window.
Do you think it was done recently?
No idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious.
In
What's in
Felix's
that
younger
little
days, he used to
box?
gut
I
5
bet it's bones.
wolf wares before lunch.
A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't open it.
No,
Nothing
open it.
catching
What am I?
fire.
Is there anything else in here?
I guess the floorboards, maybe?
Just dusty junk.
Where's that light coming from?
Well, it's just daylight, I think. There's a decent gap between those floorboards.
Oh.
No fucking
My
way.
God. Someone dropped it from up here? What the fuck? So she fell over first.
Oh my.
And then someone dropped the knife on her.
What the fuck?
Is that why
That's
they
actually insane.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? What the hell?
Holy
That's what I mean. It's such a
shit.
because the game has you so focused, like, oh, she's standing upright,
that
like,
what I
like
think it
Hawkshaw's
is?
right. You're just making an assumption on the crime scene, you know?
Yeah, because now that I think about it,
That's
when the
cool.
professor was talking about what he saw, like in the telescope, he said that he saw also that Flora was on the floor for some reason.
What
So
the
I think they
fuck?
both got
That's so
knocked out by
cool.
something,
Yeah, see, it's like it's
and
such a
she got
simple solution for
murdered.
a very engaging mystery, you know? You just
This
have
is
to
so crazy.
you gotta just
Hell,
rethink how you view it. Probably just go talking to
Yeah.
the people who you can like confront.
I'm asking
Quite
people
the
now.
character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Is that a real thing?
No, I just meant to, because we both wear, you know, red capes of a sort.
Has she questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the grapevine, supposedly Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item, something called the Golden Beetle. Honestly, it's probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
You reckon?
Quite sure. There is no treasure called the Golden Beetle.
How do you know?
Because I would have heard of it. My daughter Fiona, our little burgeoning genius. You've met her?
We did. She's going by Fifi these days.
So I've heard. I asked her some weeks ago, what's wrong with your real name? She told me, get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables.
He looks unhinged there.
No, man, bro does not look like he's good.
Oh, you missed quite a revelation.
What I mean.
Me too.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so basically we went to the attic,
Yeah.
and when we looked at the floorboards, we saw that there was a crack in the floor that like aligned perfectly with how the victim was fucking laying down. So someone probably dropped the
no.
knife from the floorboard
What
to
the
kill her.
hell? Oh no, sorry, I had like E3 trauma right now. But yeah. You just said
Yeah.
floorboards and my ass went PTSD. But
Yeah, so
okay.
But yeah, so I was thinking earlier that like since like when the professor was looking through his telescope like an absolute freak, you know, and he saw that like Flora was also on the floor for some fucking reason. I'm thinking that they were both knocked out by something, and then the knife was diddly dropped on this girl.
Assumedly, it's a
Oh
knife.
no.
We don't have a murder weapon yet.
I mean, probably we don't know what it is, but I'm gonna say a knife for now.
Fuck me. That line where he said like, "What's wrong with your real name?"
Man, that was ow. That was owie
That
ouchie.
hit a little close. Anyway.
She makes up
Zah!
strange things when she's under pressure.
What makes you think she made that up?
I happen to know the real reason she prefers Fifi over Fiona.
Oh, yeah?
It's what Freya called her.
I think we're blocking the
I don't trust him.
text
He's
box a little bit.
slippery. Never commits to anything. Brain like
Oh,
an
yeah.
onion.
An onion?
Bruh?
Did you two have an argument?
Is that better?
No.
Or do you want
A little bit.
I think it should be like down instead
And
of
I
up.
trust Fiona's judgment entirely. Yes. She's a very vigilant young woman. Percival Pointer. Yes. Good old... So, what do you reckon? Is he the murderer?
I don't
Please?
know, maybe. We still need...
That is not information we're willing to share at this time.
I'm just saying, keep an eye on him. Holds on to a lot of bitterness, does old Pointer. Just because he's always struggled to support his family. Slightly pathetic, really.
And how long
And
have
what are you?
Over 35 years.
Paid.
Childhood friends? Rivals?
Don't know if I'd do him the honor of considering him my rival. Penelope seems to have
Damn.
really settled into a groove. She struggled a bit when she was younger, always a little estranged.
How come?
Well, she was mostly raised by her uncle, and he really only makes time for his own daughter. Now, of course, she's bringing the two families together through her marriage. It's a nice gesture, heartfelt, but futile. Poppy's a good friend to my daughter, always has been. I think they get on well because they're so different.
Different, like how?
Poppy is, she's quite introspective, good with feelings. Fiona, not so much. Still, Poppy always seems to be sulking about something.
The heavy, heavy price of emotional intelligence.
Poppy's a good... I
Different.
Freya was quite the talent. She had a way of capturing the spirits of her subjects. Not in an evil
that they
way.
blocked the
In
text
a good
box.
Yeah. You know, like him,
Fiona
he's
and her best friend.
Yeah.
They grow up so fast.
Do you know
What
why
were you
it's
gonna
written
say,
like
Carlos?
that?
like he just the way his movements, like he's overtaking his own words. It makes him seem so much more alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of Freya's paintings, is it not? It's impressive, but a little miserable for my tastes. Where did
A
you
little
find
richer.
that?
It was in the library.
Really? How odd. Why would someone lock up a book like that?
We think it's a secret diary.
Aha! a teenage...
I wonder if that was even in the voice direction, or we just started doing noises.
Dude, it sounds like he was just
Looks
making
like
fucking
her
noises.
area of expertise.
Yes.
That looks like it might belong to Fitz. I've never seen that before. Looks valuable. Now this is still in very good condition. Apart from the crack, of course.
What about those
Crack.
shards on the inside of the horn?
Looks like somebody broke a glass and was trying to conceal the evidence. Cunning.
Conning.
I'm not
Cunning.
one for music. Why not ask Poppy instead?
What do you see with music?
Music.
Do you know who this is?
Not a clue.
Why? Why is everybody...
It's so crazy. Is she like
true?
embarrassed by it? Like, what's
Really?
happening?
It might be. The statue was up in the
Michael
rooftop
Jackson.
garden.
Yes, it's been there a while. You can see the brass is slightly tarnished by the elements, but it's not too bad. Might be salvageable. What's this all about? Some kind of rare jewel?
I'm pretty sure the research is about a real insect.
If it's made of gold, then it's made of gold. Bizarre
Yeah?
things, aren't they? Penelope seems rather attached to them.
Do you not feel sorry for them in that little cage?
Come now, I'm sure they could leave if they really wanted to. Goodness me! That looks like it might
Damn.
be to Fitz.
Really said, damn.
What is it?
We don't know. We were really hoping you would.
My friends, shed your hope and let it fall free like sandbags from a hot air balloon.
That's the most depressing idiom I've ever heard.
Yeah, I think we can just.
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously.
It was
Totally
just
normal thing to do.
psychomantis,
You
huh?
never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have
Mhm.
both. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
It'd have to be Freya's, right?
Let's take a closer look at this.
Oh, hey, cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
Yes.
Oh, slime. That Felix image.
Yeah.
Blood was used to fill up Phoenix.
Well,
I think it'd be this red paint. Blood was used to fill up this red paint pot.
Blood was used. Nope. Blood. That's not right. Blood
What are
was
the
used to fill up. That's
What are
not
the other
right.
options on the second one?
By Freya, then locked away before Freya used it to paint Flora, emptied out onto the floor.
What are the sorry? What are the first ones I
First
meant?
one, it was used to fill
Yeah.
up, contained no, had been emptied. This red paint pot contained no red paint.
Oh, this red paint somehow contained. Would that be it?
Was somehow
filled with blood before Freya
This
used
red
it.
paint
There we go.
pot
Thank you.
was somehow filled with
We just have
blood
the
before Freya
thing
used it
swapped.
to paint Flora.
Oh, that.
Oh.
That's definitely something. Right. Fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know. Perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
The way he looks so freaking miserable in that corner, though.
I think we're all clear with him. Yo, Poppy!
Yeah, I need to confirm something.
Jesus
Poppy.
Christ.
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
It belongs to Freya. She liked to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
No idea. Acid jazz?
It's piano music. Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
Sure it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
It's not mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Why not?
Not my color.
You used to like these colors.
Ridiculous.
No.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape.
Oh.
Something that proves Poppy used to like these
Oh,
colors.
God.
Seriously, why
Oh,
was
you ever take a
everybody
look at the-
hiding this though? Like, I'm sure
Let's
we'll
take a closer look at
get a
this.
reason, but like, why? What? Oh,
Yeah, I guess the tape was found at the crime scene.
pink.
What if you put on the name?
This one. That was found.
I think it was.
The pink
No, I think
cassette
it was
tape.
used by
Almost.
Poppy. Was one of them.
Oh,
The
there
pink
it is.
cassette tape found at the crime scene matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
That is not me.
Yeah, it is. I'll prove it.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Stop fucking around.
What? Oh.
The
Yeah.
Look at this.
I thought
Look.
it was like analyze that.
You
but-
look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's clearly a photo of you with your two best friends. Why'd you tear it up and then hide it?
I think the answer is pretty straightforward. Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore.
That's it. Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
The reason she doesn't want to look like that anymore?
The passage of time is a powerful thing.
Hold on. This means that pink cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
It used to. I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift. Years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
There's one other thing I want to know. How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
That's it. That's it. All right. You want to talk more about some people?
Eavesdrop
You did.
what the stars are saying. Earthly tether, slowly fraying. Floating, helpless from the worst. Of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet. The flowers growing at your feet.
That's your dad.
Feathers
Ah,
flashing
deserve.
in the light. From a sunbeam gleaming bright. I shield my eyes and turn my head. But all at once I've been misled. Light is shining on the stage, but through the railings of a cage.
And let yourself ready.
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized. Yeah, it's mine.
kind of ominous.
What's so special about it?
I got it from my teacher. It's the first piece I ever learned.
How long have you been playing?
Since the day I turned 6. Family tradition. I was really excited to start learning. As soon as I got out of my first lesson, I told Freya and Fifi all about it. When I arrived at my second lesson the next day, Freya was there too. She hadn't asked permission, just showed up. For 2 whole years, the teacher taught us both.
Was Freya any good?
She would have been even better than me, if she'd stuck with it. But one day, she just stopped coming to lessons.
Why?
That's just it. There was no reason. That's when I realized things were different for her.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Weird, considering we found it hidden in your room.
Well, my room is full of junk. There's probably a bunch of stuff hidden in there. I don't mean like... Please stop talking to me. There's a lot of birds up in the rooftop garden. They seem to really like it up there.
Why's that?
It's quiet.
Do you know where those earmuffs came from?
I put them there.
Why?
I found them lying around. I think they belong to Fitz. I put them on the statue so he'd see them. I thought they looked like headphones. Like he's in the recording studio with his guitar. No?
If they do belong to Fitz, he hasn't taken them back yet. When did you find them?
This morning.
Where?
I don't know, in a hallway. I can't remember exactly. You get some weird insects around here. I've never seen one like that.
I'm not sure anyone has.
Freya might have. She used to keep beetles in a box in her room.
Why?
For fun, obviously. I think it's kind of cruel to keep 3 birds in one cage like that.
Does Penny not let them out to fly?
Oh, she does. She must do. But I don't think they're allowed to go far. Penny can be a little protective.
What you gonna do? Stop
Those
him?
petals.
What about them?
It's nothing. They're just unusual. Never seen
Yeah?
that one before. Was it in the greenhouse?
No, we found it in Penny's room.
Right. Where did you find this?
It was in the attic.
Oh, huh. I forgot we even had an attic.
Did somebody use this like a fucking fishing line and drop something and then reel
That
it
would be
back
so
up? That's
fucking crazy.
insane. What the
That would
fuck?
be the most mentally ill thing
Why
of
would
the entire night.
Oh my fucking god.
Holy
Anyway,
fuck,
where
XR
to
was
next?
Scooby-Doo and Fred? And what?
This guy doesn't have much to talk about, so let's go ask him.
Yo, Pointer. Bring that ass here.
Ah,
about Penny?
Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time, until she marries the gardener.
She'll still be your niece.
But she'll depart from the world of the Pointers and join the Fellows.
Fellows.
Rats desert
Oh
her
my
sinking ship.
god.
Dinkelberg.
Dude, that's
rather
literally
a
how he
small
is.
cage for 3 birds, isn't it? But then, aren't we all trapped in a cage?
God, I really hope you're the killer
Well,
so
now,
I can
that
stop
is most
listening to you.
definitely none of my business.
He's definitely has like
Possibly
he's
none of
definitely like
yours
the weakest
either.
one of them all.
Yeah.
What kind of flower is that?
We're not
Not
sure.
just physically.
I think it might be the only one of its kind.
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist. Best in the field. That's a flower joke, but she was.
Interesting.
What's this? Is it a clue?
We don't actually know. But Grimoire picked it up, so now he has to pretend it is.
That's how it works.
Makes sense.
It's mine. I like it.
You probably don't have much to talk about, so.
Want to talk about the death threat you have in your room?
Yep.
Yeah.
First of all, let's go backwards.
For sewing.
Maybe.
Brother.
We have no idea.
That's
Yes,
too
it's
thick
my,
for sewing. Are you out of your mind?
My flower.
You don't like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water them. Birds are much easier. They're a lot more vocal when they get thirsty.
Do you at least like the look of the flower?
The look?
The colors? The shape of it?
Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar.
Girl, it looks like
That's,
you.
Rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Just lying around, was it?
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we found it.
We do that.
Who's the her in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business.
Think it might be. Wow.
Sus.
Okay.
It might be a little bit.
There's something
Oh, there
about
it is.
those petals we found in Penny's room.
Yeah, that's a Raven fucking premonition.
Let's ask her about
Yeah.
it.
You here now.
So, yeah, we found this.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
You wrote, "Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
They're from red roses, and there's only one place in Tangled Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses and who they belong to.
Man, I wonder.
Where would that be?
I think it's the phrase
feathers?
drawing.
The drawing. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
Hey, look! Look, Betty, look!
I can't imagine what you're getting at, but it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those 2 bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My dears, what are you accusing me of?
Like, actually, what are you accusing? Like, what? She
Using
flew?
birds.
Like,
No.
She used
I
the
know
bird?
it's one of her fucking birds, but that's really funny.
She just levitated.
I mean, yeah, she finally learned how to fly.
True.
One of Penny's almost. Maybe just. One of Penny's almost. Maybe.
Oh, heaven. Really funny.
Steal money? What?
That'd be evidence, wouldn't it?
But what
But,
evidence were they
Yeah,
stealing?
like, steal my evidence?
One of Penny's birds was
Yes?
used to spy
What the
on
fuck?
Poppy and Fitz and steal
What
evidence
evidence?
from them. We know those 2 have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing.
Oh, the
they
rose.
got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden.
Well, I think I know which
Wait a
one it
minute.
is.
You all doubted me.
Finally.
These.
You all doubted me.
Fetters.
I took these for a reason. Bird.
I can't make a funny.
Hold on, its head does get bigger. Like when it looks like its head gets bigger when you like.
Yeah, it has a little bit of fish island.
It does like the forehead, fucking like the super high end on the. The forehead. Its face gets stretched.
Big forehead.
Deliberately dropped.
This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
I can't stand it!
I know the music stopped.
Knowing the 2 of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't
No.
understand. Fitz is slipping away from
Hello?
me. He's
Hello?
so quiet with me these days.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Poppy
Yeah.
seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her
I think
miserable
SNES is
little...
bugging this time.
I apologize.
Yeah, we missed all
This
of
really
that.
isn't your burden to bear.
We?
No. Oh, not we.
Just you.
Just you.
Me missed all of that.
Me.
So what did she say? Because I did not catch any of it.
She's pissed.
She used the bird to spy on Fritz and Poppy because she is convinced that Poppy is trying to steal Fritz away from her.
I see.
What do next?
I suppose Fritz.
Talk to Mr. Man.
Hello, Grydale.
I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
No, but I still see Pointer, sometimes. He's always curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much overlap between astronomy and biology.
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good. Poppy and I are friends.
Oh, I can buy
Yeah?
that. Dark
Yeah.
clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're two peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
I
Is
see.
something wrong?
Sure, buddy. It's okay. What do you say, man?
This is yours, Vince?
Yeah.
You should use yourself.
You use it?
That's
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
What's with the broken glass? Poppy's piano
Okay.
music. I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Right. Of course.
Why you guys giving me shit?
Please.
Any idea who this is?
No idea.
We found these up in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone. Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They went missing about a week
Oh,
ago.
did you not notice?
What do you need earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
Dude, I knew it.
I've seen beetles
Oh
with
my god, he is
shells,
Crydale.
metallic shells even. They're relatively common, especially around here. There's a difference between that and actual gold.
It can't be actual gold. Gold is just inside the earth or whatever. You can't make it. That's called alchemy. It was a whole thing.
Penelope's 3 favorite birds. She's very protective over them.
Are they like her pets? Do they have names?
Oh, they have names. Penelope loves to name things.
Do you remember what she named them?
I do not. Those petals, they...
Yeah, what's that?
What?
They're red.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to.
You don't
Me
have a
neither.
reason to?
Me 3. Oh, sorry. I thought you said me too.
I'm
Yeah.
crying.
Damn.
Alright, bud.
We'll be back for you.
What? I thought he was gonna give me information.
We don't got any stuff activity on it yet.
Aksha, a little kiss.
I'll say this, he's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse, but I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers.
He's been what?
In secret.
Whoa, scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless.
Nasty.
Professor Pointer is a
Spread.
respectable
Weed
astronomer.
in
Keeps
there.
himself to himself.
Spread.
Me in the
What?
Feywild when I see
We
a
are just
tiny winged
surprised.
man.
That was the most polite you've been about anyone.
Spread.
I find her rather embarrassing. Little more than a spoilt child.
Penny must be at least 25.
27. Just makes it worse. Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
I should probably have to leave Tangled Tower first.
Quite.
Okay.
The people here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material.
It's
For
pretty
what
cool.
possible purpose, other than financial gain?
You're speculating.
What
He
would you
just
do,
likes it.
Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stone straight from the earth?
Hey, you got me there.
This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
I don't know. I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around.
Also, it has no blood.
Some
No
breed
blood.
of
So it wasn't
amphibious
just lying
humanoid,
around.
potentially
He was in a
like
locked
you,
box
although
underneath
none
a
of the
bed.
statues show the creature's feet.
I guess we'll never know.
We will.
Oh
Is that a
no.
Dunno.
But
It does important having
Oh.
one framed, though.
I framed my law degree,
What?
doesn't make it a clue.
Same? Yeah?
Who's that?
Not sure. It doesn't really look like anyone we've met so far.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
that's how you did.
I'm gonna skip through that dialogue.
Do you also have a pile of leaves as a clue?
Oh, not yet. Did you see some suspicious leaves?
Yeah, I don't know.
One of 3 statues depicting
Funny.
the same creature.
I'll
This
switch.
one is wearing headphones.
Bogart.
Perhaps they
I'll be
belong to
right back.
someone
I'm
who
gonna
likes
switch
music.
to my phone.
They're not
Sure.
headphones. They're earmuffs for blocking out sound.
Perhaps they belong to someone who doesn't like music. Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it.
I have several theories, but they are my theories, and I'm not going to share them.
Hey, Tommy. Come.
3 birds, 1 cage. What makes them worth keeping cooped up, I wonder? Would they not be happier flying free?
But then they might fly away from Tangled Tower entirely.
I wonder if they would.
She sounded
These people
sad.
really are ridiculous, aren't they? And you consider that
She has weird.
important
The
evidence to
inflections
me.
of her voice acting it varies very
What is
quickly.
that?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It looks like it attaches to something else.
Why don't you go back and double check the area you found it? Maybe you'll find the rest of the something else.
I'm not so sure about that.
She's very helpful, though.
That's it? Where the fuck are we supposed to go?
I think presenting stuff to Fifi unlocks a couple things.
Yeah, it's the only place we have left.
Hey, Fifi.
Hello, child.
Look at
Name,
this.
Haksha. Age, unknown. Profession, private detective. Likes, quote, being left alone. Dislikes, quote, being constantly badgered by a weirdo nerd with a clipboard.
No.
You're a loser.
Fitzfellow, age, 24. Profession, cryptobotanist. Likes soil, dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist? I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so. He's well over 6 foot and you've got to be just barely 5.
So
Oh
what's
my
your
god.
problem?
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
I
The
witnessed him sneaking
disrespect.
up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
Interesting.
Name, Percival Pointer.
That's
Age, 57. Profession, none.
I'm pretty sure he's an astronomer.
Oh yes, of course.
You just called
How
the court.
uncharacteristically forgetful of me.
Dude, everyone's got beef in this fucking house.
Penelope Pointer.
Everyone got
Age,
beef.
27. Profession, ornithologist. Likes, birds. Dislikes, insects. Notes. Penelope is very beautiful. I have never had very much in common with her.
Oh.
Aw.
Name, Poppy Pointer. Age, 19. Profession, apparently Poppy has defaced my notes. Under profession, I had of course originally written pianist, but she has crossed that out and written the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
Whoa.
What the fuck? Why?
Do you know who was reading this book?
She is
Belongs
deaf.
to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother's not been in the library for some time. A book. My book.
And what's in it?
Pages.
True.
This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
Who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
Oh, yes. It has a telescopic lens. It can only be used for looking at things that are far away.
Interesting. We were
The fruit
lied
here has a unique
to.
chemical makeup.
He lied.
Pointless. Unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
It's not edible.
Depends.
On what?
On the structural integrity of your teeth.
I'd
Well,
simply eat it.
That blade.
It's a
built
troll
different.
for gardening.
It is. Why did Poppy leave shards of glass all over this statue?
What makes you think it was Poppy?
The statue lives in the music room. Who else would it be? An item from Poppy's childhood. Her earliest piano lessons hold some special significance for her.
Why's that?
No idea. She has never graced me with the details, and I am not forthcoming enough to ask.
You two are friends, right?
We are, yes.
But
It is clear to me now that Poppy has become tired of my company.
is it anything to do with Freya?
Oh, no. The changes in Poppy's mood have nothing to do with Freya. Her concerns simply lie elsewhere.
Who is that in the photo?
I'm quite sure that I have no idea.
Why are people covering for her like that? Like,
I don't know.
What a mess. Penelope should tidy up after herself.
These weren't dropped by Penny. They were dropped by birds, I think.
My argument stands.
What's wrong?
Earmuffs do not go on statues.
yeah?
Now, this is interesting. Where did you find it?
In the astronomy tower.
And yet, it does not concern the field of astronomy.
Nope.
In fact, you could even say that entomology is the exact opposite of astronomy.
Yeah, you could.
I would not say that, however.
Oh, you wouldn't?
Why'd
No,
you do that
it would
to me?
be quite naive. To study science in any field is to study the connections between all matter in the universe, living or inanimate. I am scared of
True.
birds.
Why?
It is an irrational fear. I have no suitable explanation.
Oh,
Who is
Bro.
this her to whom the message refers?
well, I don't know exactly.
Then how can I meaningfully evaluate this object? Next! It is a flower. It reminds me of something, but I cannot say what.
Is this yours, Fifi?
I do not recognize it. And besides, I would have no use for such a thing. Perhaps it could be used to hang wet laundry?
Was that a joke?
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
There's something about that diary we found in Fifi's room. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
There's something about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower.
That's what was happening to you. Why were you dying? And no answer.
My phone died.
Typical.
Sorry.
Typical. Typical.
I just said my phone died.
Typical SNES not saying anything when
shut
I
up,
ask them a
dude.
question.
I'm eating
Typical.
food. Be quiet.
Oh yeah, what are you eating?
Hot pie.
Hot pie.
Yeah.
Of the chicken
bye-bye.
variety.
Like chicken snot pie.
Chicken your balls pie.
I'm gonna fucking
Whoa.
throw your chicken pot pie in the road.
Too late. I already put it all in my.
All I'm saying, Siness, is that here I'm the winner.
Are you?
I am. I declared it.
I mean, if you say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you sound mighty sleepy, Sness. Do you go to the sleepy channel?
Sounds stinky.
You're sounding awfully sleepy, Sness. Do I gotta put you in the sleepy
You
channel?
sound stinky.
Do I gotta put you in the sleepy channel?
smell.
Oh, come on. Alright. Who do you guys think the killer is out of the people here? What are your game theories?
I'm thinking it might have been. I'm not even sure, really. But I'm just because he's so sus. I'm thinking it's freaking what's his name, Professor Pointer. But I don't know how yet. I guess.
I'm gonna say something. I'm saying.
Yeah. What do you got? What's your crazy theory?
You need to talk. You need to adjust your volume thing because
Oh,
it's like
sorry.
not picking up.
Fitz and Poppy.
You think it was a double kill?
Huh?
Yeah, I mean there had to be two, big boy.
What?
I was asking him who they
Yeah.
think did it.
Ah.
Let's ask him about it.
There's something about the image of Flora in the painting.
Yeah, that really just unlocked everything.
Let's ask her about it.
There's something about
Let's ask her about it.
Jesus.
Is this your diary, Fifi? We found it in your bedroom.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
Why is it locked up like that?
You seriously require an explanation. Very well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary, is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10
So there are secrets written in here?
and this particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
I mean, nobody else knew what it was, so it's gotta be hers.
It's Fifi's diary, and she has written in it.
I'm not sure about that.
No?
Me neither.
This particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
It's gotta be somebody
It's
else's.
somebody else's diary.
How could you arrive at that conclusion? It is kept in my bedroom. It is mine.
We need a clue to compare with the diary. Something to prove who the original owner was.
Stars? Oh, I see the book right here.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
take a
It was
closer
hidden
look
right
at
there.
this.
I didn't even see that.
Book. Star.
Yeah, I think just a secret diary is enough.
It's the same thing, yeah?
It's
Yeah,
either,
I think it's the same.
well, the same thing as the lock wouldn't.
Oh, through the locker.
This blue almost.
I think it is. It's the same thing as.
Yeah.
This blue book is the same thing as the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
You were hiding Freya's diary in your room, and you kept it locked, too.
Why would I do either of these things?
I don't know. Freya probably would be first.
Freya didn't want anyone to see drawing. No.
Maybe a
Personal
secret letter?
Just personal secrets. Or maybe it's
Oh,
Fifi
personal
didn't want
secret. I didn't even see personal
Yeah.
secret there.
Freya,
Oh.
almost. Maybe just.
Maybe
Probably
it's
just
Fifi.
yeah, Fifi instead of Freya.
Yeah.
Fifi
There
didn't
we go.
want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Is this true, Fifi?
I know Freya was your friend, but if you're trying to hide something,
You did not know Freya, so this might be difficult to understand. She did her own thing, in her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
Innocence?
might be easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
Very well. I will open it. However, as you read it, please remember, Freya was the most kind and the most wise person I have ever known.
All right. Fifi unlocked the diary.
Finally. What's in there?
What the fuck? Okay, it's back in the flesh this time. Was it me? Did I let it out? Maybe I should rip up that painting. The Soul Bearer Works. Impressive little thing. I have 2 now. Need 2 more. Found my way into the middle. Surprisingly simple compared to the harp. I saw that all 5 eyes blacked out. Despite everything, I still have a promise to keep. I'll do my best. She could do with a little company. The fuck?
Hey yo!
Freya was
The hell?
definitely up to something.
Something to do with the statue in the
Eldritch
garden, I
Beast
think.
in the
Maybe
basement?
we should go back and check. And we could have missed something.
Later. First of all,
A lot of other people been lying.
yeah. Let's just go from the bottom. Let's start here.
Started
Wow.
bottom, now we're here.
Alright,
Yo,
cool.
Hawkshaw. The
This
fuck is
little
this?
microscope thing? You said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
You're such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry, we already
Okay.
worked out what you're searching for.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
So, that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Thanks.
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
Doesn't. It's not a micro.
Not a
It's
microscope.
not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
He's a
Well,
detective.
According to Fifi.
Yeah, so the handheld microscope, according to Fifi, uses telescopic lens.
So actually,
The handheld microscope, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens, so Hawkshaw lied about it. I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
Huh?
Huh?
A detective? Naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
I
Based.
wanted to be an astronomer.
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure, but a seductive one. At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me. And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope.
Aww.
An extremely childish indulgence, I admit.
Whoa.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on.
She's so based.
You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have become complicated. My lead suspect is your murder victim.
Does not shock me. Okay. So here.
Hey, Fitz.
Fitz, what the fuck?
So,
What's up, creature?
Fitz, I
Was
have
good
a
slime?
report that you were seen
Nothing
sneaking
much,
up
my man.
Pointer Tower, holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
How do you
I
guys not
guess
have a kitchen?
she doesn't like me very much.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
wondering. That
she
I
was
was thinking,
mistaken.
there's no dining room.
Maybe she wasn't
What do you
wearing
eat?
her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
Fifi did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
He was holding
What about
a
this?
trowel.
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift.
That.
It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
Humst.
It's probably the ornate trowel first, then, based on the wording
Oh,
here. Is the only thing that can destroy Penny.
Yo.
Phylactery.
I just want to hear him say that. Hold on.
An ornate trowel is the only thing that can destroy Penny. Nope.
Anyway, she's my Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny.
An ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
Brother.
My man, look. My
You're the
man.
only
It
one.
looks like
My man.
Something compared directly to the potted flower in Penny's room. Wait, what? Okay, this is already the potted flower. Am I supposed to present potted fruit, probably?
maybe.
Because of the blue soil?
Let's take a closer look at these.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd probably just be the soil. That's Flora's room. There it is. In everyone's room except the one.
In Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse. Let me guess.
Dude,
Penny's
she's your
flower was
fiance. It's
originally a
fine. Why are
gift
you
from you,
embarrassed?
Fitz.
Calm down,
There's no
Slime.
way it's a coincidence.
Relax.
No way what's a coincidence.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again when she's not there. Water the flower, change the soil. Just trying to keep it alive.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Poor dude.
Poor guy. Yeah. Alright, you have a lot to not talk about.
Yeah, that is sort of the benefit of saving her last. Most of it, they're not even going to say anything, luckily.
Anything we should know? Besides, we met Felix. He's one of our suspects, so if you
Don't
Nice try.
I kind of like this
You
one because
spoke
it's
to
pretty
your
much
daughter,
just them
Fifi?
describing them
She's
for
some
her.
kind of super intelligent. You must be proud of her. We spoke to Hawkshaw. I assume she didn't get anything out of you either. I bet that really ticked her off.
were you close with Freya? How are you two related? Did you kill Freya?
Grimoire!
What? I don't even think she's listening.
Oh, she's listening.
Do you and Fitz have anything to do with each other, other than your initials? You know the guy in the other tower?
Fuck that guy.
Astronomy professor guy?
Can you see him from your window? Can he see you?
What do you know about Penny?
I can't really imagine those two being friends, to be honest.
You never know. Do you and Poppy get along?
Nothing. Shocker. Grimoire, what could you possibly be writing down?
Oh no, I gave up making notes ages ago. Now I'm just doodling in the margins.
Well,
So real for
What
this.
do you think of your husband's hobby?
Do you have any hobbies? You haven't seen this yet, have you?
It's a little model of you. Who are the other people next to you?
This is a photo of Fifi, isn't it? Your daughter? Have you seen this book before? Do you know who it belongs to?
Book.
I really thought she was going to say something there.
A lot of stuff she don't care about.
Do you recognize any of these feathers?
Do you know anything about this beetle? Do you know anything or birds in general?
Do you know what this is?
Guess not.
All right, good talk.
So, this painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand.
Yeah, it's creepy. But we didn't find a knife anywhere in the room. So what's going on?
It's not a knife. We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is.
It's gotta be the trowel, right?
That
imagine-
kind of makes sense.
No.
I mean, wait, because technically the painting wasn't finished, so maybe you just.
Well, what would she be holding? A feather?
Maybe.
That
Oh,
kind
that
of
would.
makes sense.
Take a look at the evidence.
What was inside the egg?
I'm looking at the.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
It might be
Jump the
like
gun.
if you. It might be if you like zoom in and look around.
Zoom in.
Well, I meant like just have it like in your face closer because you can move left and right while like after you click on something.
okay.
Is what I meant. You can just move like that. Oh, there's like even the unique sound effects for each of them too. Didn't notice that.
Maybe it's the bird? A bird?
Like unless it's the actual
the red and
fucking
white bird.
The red and white bird.
This?
Yeah.
But it was locked in her husband's chest. I mean, I can present it. It
We'll
prob-
get to that in a
Nope.
minute.
No? Shit.
That's not it.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Thought it would have been the fucking red and white bird.
What is the knife-like object in the painting? Unless it's the paintbrush.
That's not it.
I genuinely don't know.
Something to do with the wheel. This is right up top here. That seems like a stretch.
Not even the shape.
I have no idea. I mean, I can just literally go next.
Yeah, but that's not fun.
Yeah, but like
That's
no,
not
like
fun.
I want to understand the freaking logic.
Is it a rose? Doesn't look rose-shaped at all. It looks almost like a candle, but we don't have anything candle-like either.
Make sure you're taking a good look at the evidence.
It needs to be painted in red, right?
Yeah.
That's why I figured one of the feathers, but it's not a feather. Is it one of the potted fruits? I mean, that doesn't look great. And I can just present the birds.
I think you already did that, didn't you?
Did I?
Not the bird.
Maybe, but that doesn't make sense.
Maybe it's the book. Does the book say what kind of bird? Like if it's red?
Stinks.
Yeah, what if you tried the
Yeah, because
Take a closer look at this.
Oh, see, that's what
the feather. It's right
Oh,
here.
yeah, the feather is in that
Okay.
one.
It was a fucking feather. I was right.
Okay, well, I was
Yeah,
on the right track. I was on the right
the right
track.
feather.
Wasn't one of
Ugh.
those feathers.
Is a specific type of bird.
The painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink dip bird.
It's definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and white too?
Yes,
Which now you know with that.
This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird.
Yeah, I guess I
as
was
a
just
gift
too
for
far.
Flora. And come to think of it, why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
It's a bargaining chip.
Ink dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
She kept the bird as a pet.
Oh, what was
That was
inside
what was in
the
the
egg
egg,
was
too.
probably the.
Maybe it flew away.
Yep.
Flora spends all her time staring out the window.
Either way,
And that's the
she kept
loss they were
feather.
talking about.
I think it was pretty important.
Yeah.
All right. So she was holding the feather while.
I like how they're not even interrogating her; they're just
But
talking
where's it
around.
now? You'd think she'd keep it somewhere close by.
Yeah, I think she does. Normally, this is where Flora usually keeps her feather.
Egg.
But we opened it. It's empty.
Mm-hmm. Completely empty. Flora?
Oh.
She's pointing at something in the corner of the room.
It's just a pile of books. They're not. Wait. There's something tucked inside this one.
Aw.
Oh.
These are for you, love Freya.
Oh.
That second photo is adorable.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene.
Man,
Birdie.
little guy.
Poor
We know a
baby.
little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
Oh, this one.
Yeah, I think it's probably the blood from the paint pot was. Oh, the red tip one. We used to paint the red tip of the knife, or the painted ink dip feather.
Oops. Shit.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we
You
do
know it
know.
was.
The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what and more interested in the how.
Yeah.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with a painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Through the painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
Not a boggy statue.
Hey, Boggy.
Oh,
I'm
there's a
still not
crab.
sure we take another look.
Crab.
This wasn't here before.
What is it?
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire?
What the fuck?
I
don't like this. Wait, what do you mean Freya? I don't like this, bro. Dude, I'm scared.
He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck to you two, Freya.
What the fuck do you mean, Freya?
What do you think? Is it really from her?
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well?
It's a perfect match.
Well, it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
Let's
I don't
keep
like
this to
this.
ourselves for now.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe
I don't
we
like
can
this
give
at
it
all.
some kind of use.
Ow.
Jesus!
Oh my dude.
Oh my god.
Jesus!
I guess that's music. Maybe.
They're all lower though. It's just voice that's high.
No,
What's up,
music
someone-
is high too.
Alright, we gotta go talk to
Also, before you go, leave that there is something in that area that you didn't examine. There's evidence.
There's evidence in here.
It's full of the same weird water that was in the lake.
Any fish in there?
Not a single one. Although there is something in there.
It's a cassette tape.
Oh, hey.
Or it used to be.
Cool.
Huh.
And I think there's one more thing at the front entrance of the house too.
Okay.
Just to make sure you grab those.
Which one do you think came first?
The age-old question.
Do you know what would be here? Oh, there, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is that an envelope?
It's been opened, but the letter's still in there. Let's read it.
Isn't that an invasion of someone's privacy?
Oh, definitely.
Oh no.
Combination is drawn on the other sheet. Once you have a memory, it's destroyed. I do not agree with the reason. I'll not find it down there. Okay.
Don't think it's locked. I'm pretty sure that's the rule.
If I come up. No, too far.
And down we go.
Am I deaf or is it okay?
It's someone humming a tune.
Humming.
It's piano music.
crab. There's some crab.
Crab doesn't like that one.
I didn't like that one. Okay.
Crab hates it.
I know where we need to go if we're looking for a second thing.
Yeah. Hello, puppy.
Pub.
Like that.
Yeah,
Cheap.
it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes.
No?
Take it back out.
There it is. Shit. Okay, we need to go find. Where was Mr. Bogman look like? Hold on.
Yeah. The other two, you look. It's a bell and a bird.
Bell and a bird. Okay, so bird's pretty easy. Bell. I mean, there's the bell-shaped thingy in here, but like, we were kind of joking.
And especially fancy.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
Tweet for us. Should we ask her?
Do you remember there was a part in this game where there were some birds singing?
Yeah, that's what I think was what we're trying to figure out. How to make them sing again. I forgot.
There's a place, I think you're saying. Right? Like in the front here?
Mm-hmm.
There it is. And then a bell.
Maybe the bells up top when you click on them?
The bells up
like
top
on the arc?
Not the arc.
Where were their bills? I straight up don't remember.
Where a bell should be.
In a bell-shaped thing.
A bell jar. It's empty.
What do people normally keep in bell jars?
Other than bells, you mean?
Do you have a bell?
Yes, I do.
No.
Bells.
Yeah, you won't need to talk to anyone to find it.
We haven't been here in a while.
Oh, where is the heated bale?
Is it in here?
No.
Shit.
It's where you'd be most likely to ring one.
At the... Oh. Wait. I think it's probably at the front. Is there like a... Is
Oh,
she
doorbell.
ring the bell? Yeah.
They have bells instead of yeah. I remember.
They got the ringer.
Yep, we'd mentioned it. Yeah. It's over here. Thank you. Cool.
That's all
Happy crab.
formalities, I think.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the gardens?
Die. That's what you do with them. You die.
Let's try
Oh.
this.
You kill yourself.
You know, I think we might be able to solve this now.
Okay. Crab.
I'm sure we can solve this now.
Do you want to show me what the things look like? No, that's not the crab.
I think if you look at it, it'll show you. If you look at Boggy.
And I'm pretty sure it was literally like showing it to you though.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Let's try this.
Yeah.
It won't play, so I don't know if that's.
No, they're
you
already
just
lined
need
up.
to match the symbols.
What? Oh, I have to match these.
Yeah.
symbols. Okay.
Yeah. You already found out which one each one represented.
Can you brute force this, or does it not?
No, I don't. It doesn't let you do anything with
Okay.
this.
Gotta
so.
be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, Do you hear that? Where do you think it goes?
Down.
Basement.
Ow.
Oh my god.
Headphone shit.
Jeez.
It's such a joke. It's gonna do it again.
Help me.
I know it's gonna do it again. I remember it does it again. I'm scared.
Forensic Entomology, Volume 3.
That's an incredibly specific area of study.
Well, we know who's here.
What a mess.
Any idea what this is all about?
Okay.
Oh well. Those are astrological symbols of planets.
Is that a periodic table?
No, but it does kind of look like one.
What are those symbols?
They're alchemic symbols, mostly based on the planets, the sun, the moon, stuff like that.
Huh.
I know too much.
Oh no.
Reminds me of
Was
the
someone
chart
trying to
from
make
the
it creeper?
library.
The one from the
Uh-oh.
chalkboard.
Yeah.
Someone's trying to summon
This
Cthulhu.
looks like it was drawn in a hurry.
Let him go. They did
Didn't
nothing
we
wrong.
see those same symbols in the
Shut the
greenhouse?
fuck up, Erlo.
Not only that, but this was identical.
A cracked glass tank with 9 little rooms. Each
I got
one
you,
has 1 or 2
Stephen
insects
Pearls.
inside.
Yeah, I was wondering where that last one was when I was
I
playing.
can't tell if they're still alive.
I like that you called them rooms.
What's in there?
Thanks.
It's a little diagram of a beetle with some incomprehensible notes scribbled next to it.
That's weird.
What?
It looks really
Me when I
normal
write.
compared to the beetles behind the glass.
9 beetles. All different, all dead.
Poor little guys.
There's a bunch of notes written all around them. It's mostly numbers. No idea what they mean. A candle, perched on a barrel.
Very medieval.
I was thinking pirates.
Medieval pirates.
A candle.
Very medieval pirates. Bugs. Big ones.
Looks like they're made of metal.
Is it locked?
Seems likely, doesn't it? Weird looking safe.
I'm pretty sure the latches can slide into the middle.
Oh, there you go. Now you're getting started.
No, I knew what I was supposed to do, but I just didn't know where to start with it.
I think you need to do that middle pink one. That's the one that's gonna line up with where that one's going. I guess not. Oh, well, no, actually, well, I guess you could overlap the pink with that and just change its direction. If you pull the pink down a little bit more, it'll continue the line. Yeah.
Doesn't help though.
Yeah, it doesn't do much for now. I think that one has to objectively go up to that. Maybe try working from the reverse of it. Might be the orange one for that one, actually.
This also works here.
Oh wait, you got something going. That middle one. That like Z shape in the on that pink one you just had. That can like redirect it if you. Oh yeah, that too as well. That long one and that little one can like kind of redirect it. Probably, I think you're putting that green one on top. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's. Yeah. I think we're cooking with something here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's something. That's definitely something. Yeah, there. Yeah, it goes there. Then we follow that blue one, and then that one's gonna get redirected there. Yeah. And then I think that last orange one is what we're just. Oh, that green one. You're right. There, and then there. That looks like it.
That was it.
Nice work.
Neat.
Anything inside?
Yeah, more research.
Wish I could help, but I was just like, my brain is no longer functioning. What time is it actually?
12.
Whose research is this?
It looks like they're being boiled, but the liquid is ice cold. It looks like the liquid is ice. It's so dark, I can barely tell what I'm looking at.
It's a hatch.
But we're already in the basement.
Depends on your perspective.
Let's not go down just yet. We still haven't explored this room properly.
Thirsty?
And drawn entomology charts.
This is some seriously in-depth research.
It's impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section missing.
Slap that sucker in.
Yeah.
So, this is Pointer's secret lab.
Definitely seems like he's the one using it.
Yep.
I guess not a lot of people know about the secret entrance.
Right. But if Pointer's the only one who comes down here, why would he need to lock his research in a safe? Who's he hiding it from?
He's just paranoid, especially about his golden beetle.
What do you think he's trying to do exactly?
Summon Bug Cthulhu.
Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle. in the
Trying to
underground
breed.
laboratory.
Why? Because it's rare?
Not
Because
there
it's
like
old.
that.
Is that it?
I think so. I don't think he cares about entomology any more than he cares about astronomy. He just wants to get one over on Felix. If he can breed his own gold, suddenly Poppy's inheritance is looking pretty,
Infinite. Might explain why he was so worried about losing the beetle. Maybe somebody did steal it.
might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret door in the garden.
She might not have known what was down here, though. Maybe she was just curious.
Curious, sure, but not naive. I reckon she knew what was going on.
I think we're still missing the bigger picture. There's no way this is all just about a beetle. We're done.
Ready to go
We're
down
done.
again?
We're done. We're leaving. We're never coming back.
Cooked, done, over. Well, it's leaking. That's not good.
We're too late. This photograph has been stabbed.
Why? By what?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy.
And I wonder if this is the murder weapon.
Well.
What do we have here?
Interesting.
So what's the photo?
Huh.
Who is
That's
that?
the father.
Oh.
That's her father. That's who the thing was. And also, this is the R on the chest. He's the guy who's the statue as well.
Who wanted to ruin this? Like, damn.
Do you know who it is in the photo?
A single book on a little makeshift table.
This is creeping me out slightly.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
Buggy. Soul Bear. Inkdip is another cryptid. And then the snake. Interesting. Misteds, whatever.
Yeah.
Looks old.
I don't like that it's
No
called Soul
eyes,
Bearer.
no tongue.
That's scary.
Crab with 3 differently sized claws. Frog-like creature walking into
Let's go, Boggy, 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 Boggy.
Boggy.
I love you, Boggy.
What's... Should we have some... Soul. Soul Bearer works and presses a little thing. I have 2 now. 2 more. Okay. Into the middle. Compared to the harp, I saw them all 5 eyes blacked out. What are all 5 in this referencing? Huh. Okay.
It's an old coat rack. Looks thoroughly neglected.
2
Make
cloaks
Boggy the next
and a
Rumple.
green hat draped on top for good measure.
Oh.
It's an
2
old
cloaks.
old cardboard boxes.
How exciting.
Oh, but there's more. They're also damp and empty.
Nice.
Old cardboard and
exciting.
empty. Do these puddles worry you?
Why?
That's lake water, but it's indoors.
Ah, I see your point.
Basements don't normally have windows.
We're at the bottom of the lake. We must be.
Right. But if that's the lake bed, why does it look like that?
Like what?
White, smooth, no plants, no anything. That's not what a lake looks like.
That's what a pool looks like.
Where are we?
I'm scared.
There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll see if I can reach it.
Let me guess.
It does look like
Blank.
Silco's Shimmer Chamber.
Silco's Shimmer Chamber.
Listed mansion. North side cross section. Interesting.
Definitely,
That's weird.
like,
Just the
more
lake.
floors added. I think.
These are supports, so this is completely bottom, like it's sealed from the rest of the lake, which would be out this way.
Yeah.
Unless it just kind of filters in and these are just support beams, but I kind of doubt that. They don't look like it. Interesting.
Hold on.
I think you need.
Have we been to all of these rooms already?
Study, right?
Study.
Okay.
Wait.
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never went in there.
How did we miss it?
Because the only way in is through the tube. Oh my god, that's insane. Jesus Christ.
That's fucking scary, man.
Holy shit.
This seems pretty significant.
Agreed.
Yoink.
Plans.
I really don't want to leave, but I'm literally passing out.
Yeah.
It's
don't worry about
we're
it.
at the we're almost at the end of the game.
You're almost at
Did
the
you notice
end.
how much
Yeah.
light this room has? For a room with one candle?
It's all coming through the window.
Like, I
I'm
want
pretty
to say
sure
trust
lights are
me, but
supposed to
I'm
be
like
darker at the
fucking
bottom, not
struggling.
lighter.
Why is there a room down here anyway?
Force yourself, you
And
don't have
why
to,
is it
but I
so
was
much
we were
older
close.
than the rest of Tangled Tower?
We still don't really know why people came to live here in the first place.
Maybe they
It's
just
also
wanted to
5
get
a.m.
rich,
for me,
like
so.
Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here
That
for
is
the lake,
true.
for what was in it.
I keep forgetting
It's
you're
empty,
like,
though. More empty than a normal lake would be.
It is now, yeah. Maybe we're too late.
This man in the photo, he reminds me of something from one of our clues.
Felix made a little
Yeah.
model of him for Flora.
Yeah, it makes sense when you know who he is. Lord Remington.
Remington. That makes him Flora's father, meaning the girl in the photo is...
Yeah, it's her. See the bird, too.
I never would have guessed. Times sure do change.
wow.
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different.
Let's head back up to the Grand Hall. I want to find that last room.
I'm scared. Brace for impact. Am I doing noise? Okay.
Thank God.
Hello?
It's dark.
It's gonna do it
almost.
again. I know it will.
How long were we down there?
Not
I'm
long
scared.
enough.
I'm scared. Fucking Freddy Fazbear is gonna jump scared.
The family's
Five
looking
bears.
just about...
Oh, there's the ink depths.
Pretty.
And the crab.
Pretty.
And
Pretty.
that dude.
And there's Boggy in the bottom right.
And
The
Boggy.
Bogster.
Pretty.
Look at that.
Pretty.
Pretty.
Bread.
Let's look for
It's
somewhere.
The room was marked on the building plans we
I know.
found.
You don't have to do this. It's fine. I was just being a little.
This must be
Being
it.
goofy.
This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
Hang on. It's pitch black, but I think there's a switch.
Oh.
Wow.
Let's.
The room was marked on the building plans we found.
I hit.
Wow.
A ladder.
Want to go up?
I think something to do. Is he gonna do the thing? I'm scared.
What a thrill.
Yeah, there it is.
Ah. Oh,
well,
Jesus.
that's not ominous at all.
Yikes.
What the hell?
Was that a
Centipede,
gun?
millipede. How many legs has it got?
Too many.
That's a
Those aren't bird
centipede.
cages.
Some of them are disconcertingly large.
At least they're all empty.
You sure that's a good thing?
There
Who
was a
are all the
creature in
people
here.
in this photo?
Not sure. But it
Millipedes
looks like
are
someone
huge.
didn't like
Have
them
you
very
ever
much.
in a
Their eyes have all been
millipede?
crossed out.
Dude,
Oh, the
if
five
there was
eyes
a
are
creature
crossed out.
inside that tube, dude, there had to be.
No.
All eyes blacked out. Yeah.
What the hell?
Bastards in this
Who is these people? Misted Mansion.
Blacking. That's the dude who died, right?
That's Remington. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
This looks
Now you
like
can.
the father.
Yeah. You can also understand why Poppy wanted to change why she looked the way she did.
Oh.
Oh,
That's
boy.
her mom.
Who's this then? Who's this?
The
Huh?
other two we heard about were Flint, was Felix's brother. And I don't know if we know anyone else being in the family that left. At least after.
All I know is that
photo is
that
important. I'm sure of it.
Flint's
Some
family
kind of
that
fish
died.
and a
That's about it.
bird skull, I guess.
If that's a bird skull, we're talking about a 15-foot bird here.
Well, how about we stop talking about it?
Hooks. Big hooks.
Is that a crab?
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You can actually see its insides.
Also, crabs normally have 2 claws, right? Not 3?
True.
Yeah. You sure we should be touching it?
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar?
I do like that they call it a soul bearer because you can see inside of it.
Yeah.
No.
How do we position this thing? Ah!
Oh God. Scary.
Supposed to position it like the fucking thingy, like the.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I don't know
picture.
what it
Yeah.
looks like.
I think you're pretty close there. Might need to take a look at it again just to make sure that.
Yeah.
This crab really. Yeah, but I think I've seen it more recently.
Crab.
I think it's on evidence too.
Okay.
So yeah, both arms facing right open and then closed little guy.
It's
also crab.
I hate the sounds. Deeply.
Alright, then you gotta open the claws. And then.
I guess that's wrong.
I don't think we need to
What do you
get.
mean?
We have all the information we need in our case.
Dude, I think you're supposed to bend it. It's not straight.
Oh yeah, I think. Yeah, you have to hit the lower part of the crab. That arm.
Yeah.
I think it's like that.
I'm sure I've seen
And then
this
move the little claw up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
What's this?
Something somebody didn't want us to find.
Oh God,
Oh, they. Okay, all right. I'm starting to see. They
they
tied the
shot her.
thing. They shot down, and then they reeled it back up. Fucking nuts.
Oh my god.
What is it?
What do you mean,
It's a
what
wooden
is it?
pinboard hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
That's the
What is
drawing.
this?
What? Oh,
You know, in any normal room, this thing would be my main concern.
Who's girl? The detective lady.
Oh, Hawkshaw?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In here, though, it barely makes the top 3. Crumpled up paper.
Is there anything written on any of it?
Not really. It's mostly blank.
Do those look like scratch marks to you? On the
Those
glass?
are bog marks.
Yeah, they're on the inside.
Creature marks.
Do those look like scratch
Yeah, they're on the inside.
Nice chair.
It's still warm.
Maybe it's just heat from the incinerator.
Maybe. That's a bookcase. It's mostly empty.
What a surprise.
Someone's been bugging in here.
They called this room a study?
What would you call it?
The secret death chamber of doom.
An axe
Whoa.
and some kind of hunting rifle mounted on the wall.
It honestly doesn't look like they've been moved in a few years.
I'm more worried about the third one.
The third one?
The one that isn't there.
Dragon?
Snake?
Worm?
That's the one.
Coffee table,
Well.
half empty wine bottle, lamp left on. I'm gonna say someone's been using this room.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
Federal boss are located, finally. Can't say I harbored any optimism, but still somehow disappointed. No better than the rest of them. I took my misted friend into the music room for experiments. It worked, perhaps too well. The laboratory was another disappointment after all that effort. For what? He's even more short-sighted than I could have guessed. Went to the bottom. Nice view. It's been mostly cleaned out, but I have what I need. She got in. She was careful. Nothing was moved, but I know. It's time.
An
Uh-oh.
incinerator built into the wall. It's
I think
still
someone
hot.
knows that
Is there anything
the
left
Freya
inside?
even know where
It's mostly
this
ashes,
killed
but
her
you
ass.
missed something.
I burnt the fucking feather. What a...
No.
That was for
And like
Pookie.
a button? Like some sort of cloak part, maybe.
Oh no, I think that's the other letter.
Oh, maybe. Oh yeah, burn your letter, right?
This the fucking
Destroy it,
feather. This
yeah.
is evil.
Combinations on the other sheet was, yeah, memorize, destroy it. Yep, yep, yep.
Someone's been using this room. I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion, but nowadays it's some big secret?
It's not a secret to everybody. At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table makes me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
Wait a minute.
It's a shame there are things missing from it. I'm betting it'd make more sense if we could see it all together.
That might not be impossible, you know.
Wait, so the picture that would go in there would be Freya's
Yeah, it's this
picture
one.
of the painting.
It's this one. It's not the painting. Well, I mean, the painting might be
No,
the
I
big
mean the one in the
but
middle.
Yeah, this one would be the painting. I knew it looked like I fucking...
The painting from Freya's room and those
Is she fucking a
sketches.
robot? Like, what the fuck?
Freya designed Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
I don't think that's why Freya made that painting, but it may have been why somebody took a photo of it to use as reference. And as for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them. It was somebody else, someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down.
That's better than anything I could
Should
draw.
we go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm not sure. I still don't know what's really going on.
Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out with some kind of black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people here at Tangled Tower?
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at first I thought the guy on the top right was Felix, but now that I look at it, I don't think it is him.
Was someone trying to hide it? From us?
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
We found them already. I think that might... But not this part.
Yeah, okay. Lens.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Was she in here the whole time?
What do you make of it?
Fucking did
Not
it.
sure. Let's
Fucking
keep...
Oh no.
I just wanted to sign at my
Crossbow is
ass.
a murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean we've solved the mystery.
Ow.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Did she do this fucking accent?
Yeah, she did. That's the only explanation I can think of.
Is she like
Unless she's-
not even like a real detective?
I would hesitate to imagine so. I think she might be an assassin or something. Or, well, maybe not even an assassin. Maybe she's a fucking robot. I have no idea.
Time to solve this.
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
Above.
It was fired from above Freya.
Above, huh?
Yeah, our diagram doesn't show everything. Let's add in the rest of the crime scene.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part of the murder weapon up there. The reel was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait, the arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying on her back.
Nope, doesn't add up. It would have missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
Unless... Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
I think so too. She'd fallen unconscious.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
Paint fumes doesn't make sense, right? Like, she was a painter. Like, she would not fall asleep. It has to
The gramophone?
The gramophone.
I mean, it was cracked and shit.
But the
too.
gramophone by itself can't do that.
There was something in the gramophone.
Mm-hmm. Something small.
Glass?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Something small that could fit inside. I mean, technically the tape, but that doesn't.
Yeah, you played the tape too, and nothing was wrong
Yeah.
with it. I'd say definitely go through your evidence and be sure to read carefully.
Was it the cracked paint?
No.
That's a clue as to what it was, but
Was it the sound?
No. We've listened to it. It didn't do anything to us.
No, I mean something else. Because they said that they heard like a really loud noise
Yeah.
coming from the room.
Like it was a
So
yell.
was it the destroyed tape?
Because you played the tape and it didn't make any.
I mean, we played the destroyed tape too.
No, but maybe it's because it's fucking damaged that it doesn't play right.
I don't think they would do that. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know, but I don't think that makes much sense.
Yeah,
It's
fair
like,
enough,
oh well,
fair
it's
enough.
already destroyed, so it doesn't really do anything. It's just like,
Yeah, all the glass is cracked, but clearly it had to be a sound that knocked them out. But what the fuck was it?
okay, so what they did here is they put a glass in here, and they've clearly funneled something out of this, and it was powerful enough to crack this in the same way that they did it to the gramophone.
Yeah.
So there was something in the gramophone in here.
The question is what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have anything in here that could be it? I mean, I don't know what this is, though. It's a sheet, but there's buttons in here as well. I don't know what the buttons are for yet. What could be in there?
I say definitely keep going through and reading your evidence.
I remember there was some evidence, something that was wrapped up in a cloth. Can't remember what it was though.
Egg. With a delicious orange.
I feel like okay, no, for sure. Okay, I just realized something. For sure, it had to be a sound coming out of the 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 fuck. What's it called? The thing inside the music playing thing inside the room because the murderer probably put on the earmuffs, the noise canceling headphones, so that they wouldn't hear it and get knocked out by it. So it had to be a noise. And I'm just saying, why else would this tape be in the lake other than to dispose of it?
But we also listened to it and nothing happened.
Mm.
Like, I can...
That's not it.
Yeah.
The fuck was the sound?
It was Lord Remington. He would be instantly Dave passed out of fear.
No.
I missing?
Was it the
Conifer
X's
is
then?
literally the only thing I haven't used, but it makes no fucking
Well,
sense.
to be fair, you did use that to prove that he brought.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I'd say there is something on the second page that hints towards what the answer is.
Okay. I mean, I know in the
I'm
notebook
guessing
it
it's
says
the
like,
notebook.
it took my misted friend into the music room for experiments. It works, perhaps too well, which is leading back to this thing. Like, but I don't know what it's referring to. Like, I mean, I guess I could say this, like the Soul Bearer or something, maybe, or you know something like it's a misted, right? Would make the most sense, maybe,
Well,
and maybe that's why this has the burned feather, and why there's empty cages. But I don't see why that makes sense.
Yeah, that's it. That's a there's that's certainly a good way to think, but try to like focus on those on the misteds.
Like here,
you might find not just
like
here.
on
There,
this page, or
there's a couple different ones.
What do you mean? There's a couple different ones, like these three or these
I'm
four.
guessing
I don't want to say.
there's
I don't want to. I don't want to say
instance where
anymore.
mistids are split.
Okay.
I don't want to. I want you to be able to.
Maybe
find...
check the book. The book about the bird.
Yeah, I can do that. Other avian mistids. Other avian mistids. I mean, maybe. Am I insane to think that purple one, maybe? Or maybe it is just Tabitha. The yellow one. Because it's intelligent enough to spy on people and retrieve evidence. Something that maybe amplifies sound. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm gonna give it a shot.
That's not it.
Damn it. Okay. Oh, wait, what if it's the golden beetle? Ah, here it is, here it is. Lifespan, it fends off predators with a loud hiss, records of over 95 decibels being completely undigestible. That's it. That's
research says it can emit
There you
an
go.
incredibly loud hiss when it feels threatened. Poppy and Fitz both said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No, I don't think so, not by itself. But don't forget, it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone. Now, I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since when do you know anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't, but I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music room?
Yeah.
The hornet's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone. That broken glass isn't there on accident.
Yep.
This is someone's science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too.
Fucking broke everything. Like, what didn't it break in that room?
Those cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained similar damage while they were in that room.
That's some seriously powerful vibration, enough to crack metal, enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone
Yeah.
than Flora was.
They protected themselves.
How?
With the handy
These
dandy.
are some pretty
So
heavy-duty earmuffs.
That's why
I
the
think they'd be
earmuffs
enough to
went
block
missing
out the sound.
for like a week.
Right.
Or
Let's go
several. I
over
can't remember.
everything from the start.
He said he lost
One,
like a week ago.
Freya is
Yeah.
painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
2, the murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3, the golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
The beetle?
Yeah, what triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure. Maybe something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her
bird
back.
sounds in the
She drops
music?
the brush and palette by her side.
5, the murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7, the murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it. There's something bothering me.
What?
I just want to check something. Let's go back to the crime scene.
All right, get ready. It's gonna do it. It's gonna be loud.
Oh god.
I know it is. I know it's gonna do it.
Nope.
Oh god. Fuck.
What the?
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
I think she wants you to re-examine everything in the room real quick.
Freya, did you leave us a clue?
So what's bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find. We know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's ink dip feather?
It was here, in this room. Where'd it go?
We found it somewhere else.
No fucking
Darn.
incinerator.
We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene, and ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here.
The unfinished painting?
It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, it's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder. If only she'd finished it, then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas. That's not it.
What is it asking?
What if Freya's intent? Yeah, like, yeah, what shows us what she had planned on doing with the painting? Don't overthink it too much.
I'm guessing it's her drawings? Because, like, her
That's
own
not it.
drawings?
That's not it.
No.
What?
That's not it.
Oh, the painted models, maybe.
That's not it.
Nope.
What about this one?
That's not it.
No.
How do we know what she intended to paint on that canvas?
Because of the sketch. That's on the.
What?
That's not it.
A little bit more specific. Just some.
What do you.
Freya prepared all the
There we
colors
go.
she was going
All
to
the
Oh,
colors.
use
yeah.
before
Okay,
she
yeah.
started painting.
Overthought it. Yeah.
I mean, what I was thinking about was the yellow.
Mm-hmm. Yellow paint really isn't in here. I mean, I guess the yellow could be the sky back here. I mean, it does look like it has shades of yellow, but Flora's head? Probably the sketch, though. Okay. Hammer dipped canvas from was a mistake by Freya. It was going to be used to paint this sketch of something sitting in the window.
The yellow paint
go.
was going to be used to paint the sketch of something sitting in the window.
Something in the window. Oh.
This thing here?
That's not it.
No. Maybe.
There's only one plant.
That's not it.
No, because that's not even yellow. What's yellow?
The bird?
Bird isn't yellow. It's
No, the
white
other
red.
bird.
Maybe. Yeah. Ah.
Yeah, it's true. It's sitting right in front of you the whole time. Like the whole game, there's not been a second potted plant there at all in that window.
Yeah,
so.
I noticed that when we were. I think I said it too. Like I was like, huh, but I didn't realize that it was the fucking bird.
There she is. Our
bird.
little thief.
How long has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did, but she's a very good listener.
Uh-oh. I'm scared.
Well, now, I think this has quite served its purpose, don't you?
Who the fuck?
Okay.
Penny.
Penelope.
Why did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind. But before we begin,
Wait, how
isn't
does
there a
that?
certain
Hold on.
formality demanding our attention?
In that timeline, remember the only two who confirmed each other was Penny and Hawkshaw.
Oh.
And Penny left before Fitz went down, so she could have easily become Hawkshaw by that time. Everyone just assumed she was in her room.
Oh. That's crazy.
But how did we talk to both of them? We could literally have gone up to one end and the other. It doesn't
She's a good
make
rudder.
sense.
Girl was watching from the window every time we went to that place. She just ran over.
It doesn't make sense though. No.
I guess it always just assumes what the canon way of investigating is.
It breaks immersion. It breaks immersion. We could literally just run back and forth and shit. Like it doesn't.
She gets tired at some point.
Anyway. She wants us to do that. She wants us to do that. I don't trust her.
Yeah, so leave her
I'm
alone.
afraid I have to insist. It's to the benefit of us all, I assure
Why?
you.
What? Something sturdy to tie her hands. That's probably the thing on the reel.
Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
Justice.
Justice. For Freya.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy. The volition to create something from nothing. The willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, what is it, 3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangled Tower, and you feel like you've got everyone sussed. Unearthed every single one of our secrets. Nothing but bullet points for your notebook. Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer?
He's lonely.
I suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after. Living at Tangled Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
You sure this is a Tangled Tower thing and not a you thing?
Sally comments on her scar.
Yeah.
She can't fake a scar like that, like 10 seconds. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna lose my mind.
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not
I guess you could cover a scar.
happy, not one.
It still takes effort.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other 2 Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got. Then, I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
It's called the study, right?
Yeah.
A study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to a bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end. The paint would peel. Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside. Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
You're more observant than I thought.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
It's a collective term from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mystids, like cryptids, like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mystids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
Why is she exploding this?
I'm like, it's because she knows she's going to jail? Like,
Wouldn't be this. It needs to be found in the study itself.
I think that was in the basement.
It was lowest level study, the group photo, maybe?
Yeah, probably group photo if I had to guess.
You played this game.
I don't remember it too well.
The
I
five
played it like
missing
last
family
week.
members standing together
It's been a bit, like a
as
couple
a
months.
single unit,
A month,
calling
maybe.
themselves the ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangled Tower?
And rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself. All empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts, the creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And what happened?
Oh,
Why
the
did you
reason he
paint out
was
all
so
their faces?
desperate to kill Boggy was to keep it hidden from the public. Not that he was like
Yeah.
a fucking big game hunter for cryptids. Okay.
Yeah, his big thing was like, if Boggy's out here, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
bro.
Okay.
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose, but they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mystids. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All five, completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to Tangled Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up, but instead, I made a decision. There was only one person at Tangled Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure, but I theorize that he received it in the post.
In the post? From who?
Who can say? Someone outside Tangled Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested innocently that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
She carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in. Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
Right. I wasn't worried. I wasn't ready for that one.
I gotta admit, I passed out.
Is that what that fucking attacked you?
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted? That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangled Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangled Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangled Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all 3 families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of the room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife?
Just has to
The
wake up
illusion
to
of
a
the painted
corpse.
knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
Uh-oh.
What the fuck?
Oh, well, there goes the boat.
Shit.
What's going
Oh
on?
god.
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two, all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fitz saved both of you, obviously.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did not want to believe us, because he liked Penny. A lot.
But what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself. Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she didn't.
I apologize. Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
So, Penny got away.
I'm afraid she did.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Kick the shit out of me.
Damn.
How do you know?
Because it's right here.
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I think that's what she would have wanted.
Damn. So I missed a little bit.
Femora.
That was fucking crazy.
I love this game so much. It's so
Yeah.
cute and fun.
Oh my goodness.
A lot of love and passion was put into making this thing.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, the mystery isn't perfect, obviously. There's definitely some gaps there where it's like, well, could that have happened? But we'll overlook them. Well, it made me happy, made me smile. And I can only hope they do better on their the sequel game coming out soon.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Oh, so we got all gallery.
Dark Gallery's pretty cool. Some neat stuff in there, but it is late.
Yeah.
So.
True. It is 1:30 already.
I suppose this is where we go our separate ways.
I'm gonna end stream. Goodbye.